Hello, hi, hello, welcome in everyone. Hello, 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 hello. Fancy name and 5 icons. You're hot shit. I only have 4 on mine. What do you guys see? I only have 4. I have the broadcaster, my subby, my Elden Ring, and my better TTV. I don't know. Anyways, hello, hi. Let me fix my stuff with Yaga really quick because you guys aren't going to be able to hear her. And I always forget to change this for stream. Okay. Oh, I have a 7 TV. No, it doesn't show up on mine. That's funny. No, it doesn't show up on mine. Okay. Raging Wolf 4-year sub broadcaster. Yeah, the Raging Wolf is an Elden Ring one. Hello, I thought I would come in here and get some joy. Hello, Nate. Welcome in. How are ya? How is everybody? Yeah, I didn't do my monitor tonight. I figured I would just do it tomorrow. Why do I feel like this is very quiet? Oh my god, I knew this was gonna happen. I knew that my food was gonna show up as soon as I started stream and not like in the 20 minutes before stream. 2 job interviews. I had Loco Moco 2 days in a row. Whoa. What was that spin around there? My body, you don't see those. Oh, do you have to have both of them installed to see them? That's interesting. That's so funny that you can see all of them. All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna just go grab my drink because my drink is here and I'm very thirsty. Hopefully Yaga won't be here, so hold on. Okay. I'm back. Did I beat her? Sounds like it. Jackie, buddy, you dragged your blanket in here, huh? I have 17 so I can see both. I'm using vanilla Twitch. Listen, there are just too many people who have their little icons and their little emotes in their chat and stuff, and I like to see them. Are part of Twitch Extended. What is she doing? Is she chatting? Is she chatting up a storm over there? Guys, are you as excited for Baldur's Gate as I am? Is anyone excited? Because I'm super excited. Also, you want to hear the story about how I found out on Twitter through that post?
My timing on that was really good because I just undeafened and it was like, do you want to hear about this story? And I was like, yes.
You already heard the story.
I did.
So I applied for the Baldur's Gate thing, right?
Oh.
And they were like, oh, we emailed all people who got accepted, like check your email, blah, blah, blah. Checked my email, didn't get it. And I was like, all right, like, that's fine. Like, me and my little tiny baby stream, like, okay, I get it, fine. And then I saw the post from like the official crowd control, like Twitter. And it was like, please, you know, like we got 300 applicants. And we chose these 78 creators, blah, 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 blah. Like, we're so excited to see a sneak peek of crowd control for Baldur's Gate 3 and like all this other stuff. And I was like, oh, let me see if I know anybody who it like got approved. And I'm like looking and I'm like, wait, that's me. Wait, that's me. So I went back into my email and I went into my fucking spam. And there was my email from crowd control. But I get emails from crowd control. Like, I get marketing emails from them. So, like, why... Sorry, that was probably really loud. So, like, why did this one go to spam? I don't know. But I was like, wait, that's me! That's me! That's me! So, I'm starting at noon, Eastern. And I'll be going for 12 hours. Because we can only do it until the 30th. Before it gets turned off. You ready?
I am ready. Sorry, I was addressing a comment.
Oh my gosh.
But I didn't want to talk over your story.
Hey, that's me. I know her. I know. That's like literally what happened. Is I was like looking for people's names that I knew. And it was in alphabetical order too, so it like took me a little bit to get to the P's.
Alphabetical order.
Alphabetical order. Okay, my pizza is not cut and I can't tear it. There we go.
I like, is it weird that sometimes I actually like that? Like if you get one of those like, ones that goes in the oven, the square ones, I can't remember what they're called. But like, I like tearing those. I don't like it to cut it.
Hmm.
Is that weird? I also sometimes eat salad with my hands and my mom thinks that's bizarre.
That is bizarre.
Well, cause like I'll pick it up and I'll dip it and then eat it.
Like each individual veggie?
Mm-hmm. Cause I usually do like Caesar salads, so I'll just like pick up a piece of lettuce and then dip it in like dressing and then eat it.
Just cheese is all.
Cheese. You know
Okay.
who has really good
I just
cheese
needed to eat
pizza
something. I was starving.
is Costco. Costco has really good cheese pizza.
You know who used to have really good cheese pizza?
You can get Chuck E. Cheese pizza at Walmart.
It's not the same.
Bro, but the fact that you can get Chuck E. Cheese pizza at Walmart is fucking insane.
It is kind of insane.
Like, it's in a box in the freezer section, and it's what?
A yard sale? You're selling your yard? What are you gonna do with it?
A whole yard? I guess it really depends on the size of the yard, doesn't it?
So. Oh my gosh, Chaos and I played Elden Ring the other night, and we literally like speed ran like Castle Morn in like 15 minutes. Well, because you're like, I can't play Elden Ring every day. It's too stressy on my brain.
Well, also I just haven't been feeling good at all.
No, I know, but that's...
I actually was like actually sick yesterday. I thought it was just my depression, but like I actually got super nauseous.
You were
and my
the
mom
ick?
I was the ick. So Travis got sick, and then my mom got sick, and then later in the day I got sick, which sucked. So
I
it was
knew
just
it.
like
I knew that was happening too.
I gotta get away from this guy, and I have to. He'll never kill me. Oh God!
What is
that other?
Why suddenly lag?
Okay, I got the guy that not got him, but like the guy that was on the ballista is now off the ballista. So.
Okay, hold on a second. Is this like? Can I just not have any windows open with this open?
No windows. What about walls?
The window to the wall. Does it come with tokens? The pizza? Imagine it comes with tokens or like our tickets or whatever.
But then where would you redeem them?
Nowhere.
Nowhere.
Pasquale's Pizza? Really? What the hell is going on?
We have a place out here called Capone. Has some pretty good pizza.
Hold on. Is ray tracing turned on? Because sometimes that shit happens.
Butterflies. Butterflies in the sky. You know what I mean.
High, low.
Butterflies. Butterflies. Who's fucking texting me? Oh wait, I forgot I texted someone earlier.
What the hell? What is going on? Mass Effect was lagging too. Oh my god, I hope my computer's not like dying.
It better not be, or I'll fight it.
Pasquala.
They switched it to 30, 45, 30. Fuckers. All right, have a good night at work. Be safe.
No.
Hopefully you haven't already gone. Damn, that's bullshit. It's 30, 45, 30. When I was going, it was fucking 15, 30, 15, motherfuckers.
I don't know what any of those numbers mean.
Breaks. Like a 15-minute break, and then your lunch break being 30. But apparently they changed it to 30, 45, 30. Which I'm like, fucking must be nice.
Well, they probably had to account for all the walking. What the fuck is going on? Alright, I'm closing everything.
Are scaring me.
I'm closing literally everything.
Trevenant! Sorry, I like trees. Trees are great.
Alright, hold on. Let me also close.
Maybe Friday we can play some Resident Evil since I was being dead to the world yesterday.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe.
Alright, let's see if that helps at all. You didn't pronounce the A? Pasquala. Pasquala. Pasquala's pizza. Pasquala. Is that better?
Might I bend my name, Mrs.
Yes, you might
Silverstone?
bend my ear for a
Nice,
moment.
my good father decided him.
Oh,
This is
that's not
so
weird.
fucked up.
His servant, they've since come. I fear it's lease. Would you mind my soul release?
Oh, we're gonna go kill
Then
the
please.
things that I hate, the misbegotten. The
Yes, we are gonna go kill the misbegottens, the Muppets, as you like to call them.
Yeah, those dirty little puppets.
Those dirty little Muppets. Yeah, we gotta go do that.
They look very similar to that Muppet-looking thing in Resident Evil 8. That freaks me out. The really
Muppet.
fluffy one, you know, with the big wide mouth.
Your favorite. Oh my god, lag. I've never had it lag. This like,
Don't.
is it stream? Is it OBS? Like, I don't get what's... Because Mass Effect did this the other day too.
Dog. That fucking dog. Yeah, in Resident Evil 8 there was that weird Muppet dog thing. And it was really big, and it has the glowing eyes, and it's like got long shaggy hair and a really wide mouth with teeth, and it...
Yeah, the one that got stuck in the door.
Yeah! Yeah, that one. That's what the Misbegotten reminds me of. And I'm always like, ugh! So fucking gross. Gross. I called that thing a Muppet too.
Here they
When I
are.
originally played the game. There is a clip of me saying like, oh, it's a dirty Muppet!
Were you... Whoa. Okay, that's amazing. I love that it just lagged so hard while he was in the air. Pasquale. Pasquale.
Don't you touch! Don't you touch! He tried to bite my ass.
Okay, I don't know what's going on right now. This is...
Because I don't think my stuff's lagging, so it's gotta be...
I have
You
no
said you
idea.
don't have any extra windows open.
No, I closed everything. I hate to say it because I cannot afford to replace anything, but I think like my computer is done.
I think mine crashed the other day, but I wasn't home because like when I had left up windows and stuff, and when I came home, it was everything was closed. Yeah, and I was like,
Oh, nice.
what the fuck?
I have 3 million runes, chat. Do you know how dangerous this is right now?
Danger, danger, high voltage.
Want to get something for dinner? Okay. Oh,
I got my Trevenant.
good job.
I like the tree. He's so spooky.
Hello,
Book
sir. I
tree.
need to speak to you. I can't.
Buying or selling. I can talk
Okay.
to him. Why can't you?
I don't know. Can you rest, maybe?
Take a nap.
Hello?
Maybe
Yeah,
you're just a
trade
little
again.
nappy baby.
Trade again. Purchase. Yes, let me
I
buy
bought
this.
a stone sword key from him. I said, thank you.
I don't need that medallion. I have everything in the game.
I bought it just because I have so many money. I was like, here, sir. You need this more than I do.
You need this more than I do, yeah.
Yep,
That's the one. I don't think I bought this set ever, but I don't think I need it. Alright.
As a basic bitch, you'll appreciate, I found red vines have pumpkin spice red vines. Well, they're not red though, they're orange. But they're pumpkin spice.
Oh, like the Twizzlers that aren't Twizzlers, yeah.
No, but they're red vines.
No, I know, because I forgot what red vines were,
Yeah.
and then I was like, oh, Twizzlers, but they're not Twizzlers, they're red vines.
But yeah, they're pumpkin spice, and they're like, oh my god. They're actually, like, it's not a strong, overpowering flavor. It's actually really good. So I'm like, super excited, because I'm a basic bitch, and I love pumpkin spice.
No, me too, me too.
I'll have to, like, get another pack of honey
Golden.
because they're a trip.
Poison Mist?
Whatever. I got them at Stater Brothers, though.
At what?
Oh! I just got fucking hit by the javelin motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the one that I originally got scared by?
That was one of the ones in the comics that I sent you. I know you said that you had sent me a bunch, but like I actually watched like the entire playlist.
They're so fucking funny.
But they're so accurate without having like any detail. Like you know exactly where he is in the comics. You know exactly what he's talking like he did this one in particular where he walked in and just got impaled by the arrow, and then the gargoyle takes like 27 years to reload. It's so funny. Or like when you get the sword of what is it? The sword of Night and Flame. And like the beam, like the mini Kamaja beam, like is always just short of like the bosses. Hello, sir.
Yeah, I was every time I would like stumble across one, like going through reels and shit, I would send it to you because I feel like accurate. Especially anything they showed with Torrent. I'm like,
yeah. Oh god, they're so funny. I really don't know, like the person who made those must have put so much time into these games to be able to include as many things as they did.
Oh, for sure.
Because it was very funny.
I don't know if it's the same people, but there was a similar style for Overwatch, and there's a video, I don't know if you've seen it, of Zenyatta. And it's like the struggle of being a healer and being on objective. And, sorry, I'm trying to get Lily quiet because my mom's apparently getting their dinner and she's losing her mind. So it's Zenyatta, and he's like, you know, trying to heal people, but also keep people on the objective. And he's like, payload, payload, payload. The payload moves like a stone. And it's like, every time I see it, I laugh. Also, like, whenever he's gonna get attacked, he does this wah scream, and it cracks me up. It's such a funny video.
Hey, here's your favorite.
No, I hate it here. But also, it's like, as someone who's played as a healer, you know the struggle of like not only trying to keep your team healed, but like being
and then they're like,
I'm wide open, save me.
Heals, and you're like, okay, but like you're 7,000 yards ahead of me because you ran
they're
the
nowhere
fuck
near the
off.
objective. Yeah, they're never anywhere near the objective. They're wanting heals, but they don't cover you either. So then it's like you're just being lit up by DPS, and they're like, where are my heals? And it's like,
where's my DPS?
Why are you like this? Yeah, I cracked up. Every time. I just think it's so funny. But don't sir.
I love that this has Moon and Fire stance, where it's basically like the Sword of Night and Flame, but it's in 2 instead. So it's like kind of a connection to Renala, which it's supposed to be. Oh my god! Oh my god, okay, fuck all the way off. Like, I'm gonna just fucking heal cancel you every single time.
I literally was about to be like, I fucked him to death.
I fucked him to death!
That's
you
not
heard
right.
it here first, chat.
That's not right.
You heard it
Because
here
you said fuck all the way
first.
off, and so I was like, I fucked him to death, and then I'm like, no, no, that's not
Hi,
right.
Dandy. How you doing? Welcome in. Who we fucking to death? Apparently she fucked the misbegotten to death.
No,
Apparently.
not the Muppet.
Apparently.
Get rock, you fucking piece of shit.
Ark, hello. Welcome in.
It's too often that I just say stuff, and then I'm like, oh no.
Yeah. Yeah, you do be saying stuff.
I do be saying stuff.
You do be saying stuff. Blessies.
That's like in there's an episode. I think it's the last episode of what is it? Has Been Hotel, where I won't say who for spoilers, but he's like, I am going to fuck you, and the girl's like, up. You're going to fuck him up.
Like that's like the episode of Bob's Burgers, where the guy in the candy cane truck, like he's like, what is he? I can't remember what he says, but he says something about like, I'm gonna bang you, or something like that. And they're like, you can't say that. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna bang you up so hard. And they're like, you can't say that. Magruder, how you doing? Welcome in.
No.
Ark, how you doing? Welcome in. Bang your ass. Yeah, is that what he says? I think I'm gonna. Oh, see, now I changed my shit from full screen to fix the what you call it.
Ow, I killed one, but the oh, this one has glowy eyes. Here, you piece of shit. You want these? Don't move. Take the rocks. Get rocked.
Cool. So I can't see Elden Ring now.
You don't need to see. I'm killing stuff. I'm keeping you alive.
There we go.
I'm being responsible for now.
How am I doing? I'm doing so good. I'm going to turn PvP on, and I'm going to kill you.
No, just a baby.
Seem to be growing feathers. Yeah, I got. Oh, they're gone.
What?
Channel 4 News. They'll finger anything with a pulse, and they're like, no, Tina, their fingers on the pulse.
Oh
They'll
my
finger
god.
anything with a pulse.
I just saw. I have to see if I can find it, but there was a video of it was a news thing, and they were trying to talk about the bacon that I told you about, the cinnamon toast crunch bacon.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, cinnamon toast cunt, and he's like, crunch, and I was like, oh my god, you can't say that on the news. Obviously, it was like a.
Yeah, it was
flub.
Gene. It was,
like
but it was the episode. Was it the episode where Tina was trying to get on the news, on the school news? I could be wrong. I feel like
But
there
yeah, it
should
was
be
an
something
obvious
here,
flub,
but
but it's
there's
really
not.
funny.
Like, why isn't there anything here? Like, what is the
Probably
point of this?
because you want something to be
But
there.
like, what is the point of this?
What is the point of anything, really?
No, it was something else. At my episode. Do you know how many times I put Bob's Burgers on to go to sleep too? They all
Bob's
blend
Burgers.
together. That was the Mad Pooper, the butler.
These guys are fighting each other. I'm just watching.
Do you know how to make anything else besides burgers? Paella? How do you make paella? Well, I would actually have to look
Corn.
the recipe. Oh, so you don't know how to make paella.
Corn.
Oh,
My
this
answer
is
is always-
good. Get in close. The Mad Poop
I'm just-
episode? Yeah. It's such a fun one.
Oh, you're just running in? I was just watching them beat the shit out of each other.
Oh, yeah, why not?
Well, I'm stuck.
It's free real estate.
Don't you avoid my rocks? Just haven't figured out which one up.
Hi, DJ!
Whoopsie.
Huh, I just remembered how to make paella. Yeah. Is it more or less times than pirates? Oh, there's nothing in the world to that compares to pirates. Like when I actually go, like when I settle in for the night to go to sleep, I put pirates on, but like I've like put Bob's Burgers on like in the background and like fallen asleep to it. It is my go-to sleep. Why? You won't talk to me.
You talk to me.
I know, why? I think we might have to reload because none of the NPCs are talking to me. Also, we can kill him.
Twig. He gave us a twig. Do we want to give him the letter?
Yeah, give him the letter.
Take this letter. You can't leave.
Bad things
This little
happen in the
bitch.
bathroom.
He's like,
You found a place that makes paella, now you need to go? I don't think I've ever had paella for real. Our cow is satisfactory. I'm pretty sure I want to get it. I'm pretty sure it will totally be my jam.
not for play, but for real, for real.
For real, not for play.
Not for play,
So wait, have I not told this story? I've told this story on stream.
What do you want about?
I've told
What do you
this
want
story
about?
on stream. Yes, in 2016, Netflix wrote an article about me because I watched Pirates of the
Yeah,
Caribbean
that's what I
365
said.
days in a row.
Ask Netflix.
Yeah, that's what. Well, Wolfie said
Yeah.
you're one of those weird statistics in Netflix reports. Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. I thought I've told this story a million times.
Yeah, you have.
Yes,
I know about it.
I was in 2016's year in review for Netflix. Yes. I can watch the child molester saying comes with candy. Isn't it? That's the very first episode. That's the very first episode. Yeah, oh, yeah, well, Magruder didn't know this story because he's only been around for a little bit. Yeah. Yep, I still to this day, unless I fall asleep before I actually, like, turn it on, I put Pirates of the Caribbean on to go to sleep still to this day.
I wonder if you could get, like, a Guinness record.
Who wouldn't want to molest this? Oh! Okay, well, I didn't mean to do that, but that's fine. We're here now.
Get magic, you pile of— Ow! Ow!
It was actually 2017 and you got your own blurb in the BuzzFeed article. I'm pretty sure it was 2016. But unless you just Googled it.
The meat stabbed me.
Maybe it came out at the end of 2016 and the BuzzFeed article was written in the beginning of 2017.
Meat!
Because they usually come out at the end of the year, the like Netflix year in review things. Or maybe it was the review of 2016. Or maybe I'm really just misremembering what year it was.
Okay, Ariana Grande.
That's true too. We know I don't have good memories.
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 I think your memories are great.
Oh, thanks.
No one else gets to comment.
Who remembers years anymore? Okay. Listen, it's either pre-pandemic or post-pandemic. I googled weird Netflix stats and the BuzzFeed article about the 2017 stats came up. And it specifically says the one user watched Pirates of the Caribbean 365 days in a row.
They're like, one user's a nerd.
Give us your review of Pirates of the Caribbean. Like, to be completely honest, I'm not 100% sure where, like, the 365 times, yep. Do you have any idea how many times that article was sent to me and posted on my Facebook when it came out? Because people were like, this is you. I was like, I know. Yes, I'm aware.
I get that with, like, just random stuff where people will send me, like, the same thing because they're like, oh, because chickens. And so I'll get the same thing sent to me, like, 800 times by, like, everybody. And I'm like, yes, I know. I've seen this.
But, to answer your question, or, like, I mean, it wasn't really to answer your question, but, like, I don't know how Pirates of the Caribbean became, like, my movie, like, my obsession movie. Like, I don't know. Like, I do love Orlando Bloom. I've always, like, liked him a lot. But, like, I don't know. I don't know. We have to go down to the Misbegotten. I'm just fucking around because I'm talking.
Fucking around.
Just fucking around.
Fucking around.
Fucking around. Friends gotta call you out like that? No, I wasn't even calling me out. It was just like the article came out and everyone was just like, this is you. We know this is you.
I'll call you out. I'll go.
Marbs, thank you so much. Thank you.
Oh my god, that scared me.
It was not Johnny Depp. It was definitely Orlando Bloom, but how my friend played one song 360 times in it. That's insane. Can't watch Netflix on your phone because I've been using my dad's account for years. Oh, and did it get disconnected? May I ask a question? I'm sure.
Oh.
Does it have anything to do with stream?
Here's a quote for you that you probably won't remember, but you must have been there for.
What?
It's during Redfall. I said, "Where do I deliver the you googly?"
The you googly.
The you googly.
Yeah, go ahead, Marps. Ooh.
Ooh.
Ooh, you almost body blocked me. Ooh.
No, I got you. I moved out of the way. Ooh. You googly.
Ooh.
Ooh. Ooh.
The number of times it played doesn't add up to minutes in the day, does it count? Do they have to finish the entire song? Or does it have to like play like a certain percentage? Like does it have to play like more than half? Because like maybe your friend just like one particular part of the song and just kept rewinding it.
Just like the chorus, and that was it.
Yeah. Like I don't like the second verse of this song.
This verse sucks. Skip. Touch.
Touch. Beside the rampart gale.
We should rest.
Alright, do you remember what boss
you've
this
been
is?
abused.
I know, I always look like it.
Yeah, it's the Misbegotten. The bigger one. I remember.
So I saw your announcement, I googled this thing, and I'm not sure I totally get it based on watching you play it. I'm sorry to ask, but stupid me needs a little more but we already explained it to you. Like, you can use points, like use coins. You use crowd control coins.
There's a currency that goes along with it, and then you use that currency to affect things in the game.
Yeah, so you can either spawn things in the game, you can control my dice and roll my dice for me.
Yeah, it's kind of like
crowd
how on stream you
control.
have stream points, and
Yeah.
you open the menu. It's like that, but for the game specifically.
Take
So
a guess of my top artist of 2024. Ariana Grande.
Ew.
Did you say ew?
Ew. Listen.
So it's not against... No. Nope, it's just me. It's just my game.
She was mean to Elvira, so that's unacceptable.
She was mean to Elvira.
At my job, I've seen Ariana Grande. She was backstage at my work, and I was going to the break room, and she was with her brother and her family.
Damn it. Why did you want it to be against other streamers?
Get wrecked, you muppet. Beach, I said what I said.
Oh, I was excited to see you romance them to death. No. It's
No,
the
I
same
fucked
way.
them to death.
It's the same way when I played Subnautica.
You hath arrived. Welcome. Welcome. You hath arrived.
You were so funny doing that.
Whee! Okay, where's our next boss?
There will be romancing happening, don't
Take
worry.
me away!
Okay.
Go! Go! With my diaper. Look at my
Hi,
diaper.
Aya.
Look at it. Bridge of Sacrifice.
ACDC, Avenged Sevenfold, Foreigner, Alter Bridge, Neil Young. That's a,
Where's the Bridge of Sacrifice? There it is.
that's a mix right there.
Oh,
What do I want for dinner? Steak.
Oh my god. So, I get to do this really fun thing
Uh-huh.
to get my bird to bond with me, where whatever I'm eating, he gets to eat. So, my mom was giving him macaroni and cheese. He was like licking noodles. He was like,
Bleh. Oh no, what happened?
Oh no, oh no, what happened? She's dead.
Oh no, what happened?
Oh no, what happened? She's dead. Wait, hold on.
So,
I know.
Thanks to you, and devote my Marina has a I only hope.
Where is it?
So listen. You're okay with that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. She's
I know.
dead. Okay, good. Thanks for the +8 Banished Knight Halberd. She's
Not me.
dead.
I literally have a sound thing for that, so I've just been hitting it because it makes me laugh.
Blessies! You just discovered Avenged Sevenfold about 5 years ago? I don't know.
They're
When
so
did
good.
they've been out for a while, like
Oh yeah, back when I was in high
like
school.
early
maybe.
2000s for
Yeah.
sure. Aya, how are you? I feel like I haven't seen you in 87 years. I feel like the lady at the end of Titanic. It's been 83 years.
Oh my god, did
Aya, did you see
have
the
a moment in
news?
the car?
Did you see the news, Aya? Did it
Did
what?
you
The
have a
car?
moment in a car? Yeah, with Aya.
Oh,
On a boat?
no.
In a car?
No. In a car?
In a car?
In a car?
Go to the car?
In the car?
In the car?
In the car?
Get a glass of water?
Get a glass of water, park the car?
Park the car? We used to do that when I worked at Disney. We would just
Used to park the
I'm gonna
car?
go up the stairs.
Wow.
I'm gonna go walk up the stairs.
What the? Okay, apparently I'm using spells right now. Not really sure why, but sure.
I don't know where you went. I'm gonna go.
I'm
follow you.
going to disgrace right here.
Okay. I was at a different grace, so that's why I was like, oops, my bad.
So is it be a New Yorker? Yeah, I got approved for the creator, the content creator, crowd control preview of Baldur's Gate.
Words.
Crowd control, Baldur's Gate, Saturday.
Baldur Gate Saturday. Control the crowd. Crowd controlling the dog.
That's why we was celebrating, yeah.
Ow! Stop biting my butt, you butt biting motherfuckers.
Butt biter.
Butt biter!
Hey.
Bad dog. Go to jail. Go straight to jail.
You gave yourself no hope, and we all said you'd get it. You know what? That is true, but like, did you see what the requirements were? Like,
Okay, but
why would I
also-
think that I would get it?
But good rule of thumb is,
That's why I applied,
for-
because
hope
like
for
the
the
worst they
best.
can say is no. I know.
yeah, you hope for the best and you expect the worst, so that if the worst happens, you're like, oh, I already expected it. But if the best happens, you're like, I really wanted this and I hoped for it and it happened. Yay!
Well, that's exactly like I was like, I'm
Yeah.
applying anyway. I probably won't get it, but I apply. And then Twitter told me I got it.
Well, technically your email told you. You just ignored
My
it.
email,
because
no,
it's
my
in the
email
spam.
hit it.
Your email was like, tee-hee.
Yeah. Find it now, bitch.
It's a scavenger hunt.
Bang. Because before the health stuff, you were streaming. Yeah, on a good basis. Yeah, I was. I was pretty consistent for years, actually.
I'm the problem.
I am feeling better though now that I switched my meds up. So that is good. I'm really hoping to get a little bit more consistency.
I'm just smacking him with my
I think I got rid of that. Well, yeah, like I told the story before. I saw the announcement on Crowd Control's like official Twitter, and it was like, oh, you know, if we had 300 applicants, we chose like 75 people, whatever. And so I literally was like, oh, let me look at this list. Like, let me see if I know anybody on this list so I can like, you know, watch them or whatever. And then I was like, wait, I'm on this list. Wait, I'm on this list. So I went back into my email and I went into my spam, and I had the email in there from 2 days ago.
always in the spam. Every
It's
time.
always in spam.
Always in the spam.
I've been out of the mix. I've had my head down pushing out content. I know, you've been rocking it. Pumping out videos.
Potty like a rock.
I
star.
really want to play like a YouTube stream, like a YouTube playthrough, but I don't know what game to play. That would be like something people want to watch, specifically like on YouTube rather than watching
No.
it.
People don't know what they want to watch, so it doesn't matter.
That you're not wrong.
And people are gonna go, "I
People
guess I
don't
do."
know.
You're wrong. You
I'm
think
guessing
you
that's
know,
what they
you
said.
don't.
Yaga said she thought that they would see if they saw my raid video that they would approve me.
That's what I said. They probably looked at her stats and went, and then they watched the raid video and went, oh.
I see.
Tell me about your stupid words.
Only
No one knows
131.
that.
That's nice. You only know 3 people on the list? I do know a couple people. Like, okay, I know of a couple people. I watch a couple people. But none of the people on the list are like in my particular like group, like my streaming group, social group. So
We all need to finish our fucking poison ivy and Harley. one
I
day.
know we do. We have a
One
lot
day.
of stuff we need to finish.
I know. I wrote some Berkeley because it's like
How come every single one of those miss? It's magic.
Seek fluid
Magic.
intake immediately.
Yeah, because I don't know where I need to be going, and I'd be like, I'm gonna go this way, and you're like,
All right. There's a jail.
let's go to jail.
Let's go to
please.
jail. That way.
Let's go to jail.
The baskets of laundry. Oh, yes. No, we can't go down there. We can't ever go down there. I understand. One of the people on the list was mean to you? Meanie poos.
Some people are just mean, like me. I'm mean.
I was gonna say that's true, but then you added the second part, and then I was gonna be like, that's definitely true.
Accurate.
I know
This
about that
bitch.
person. I don't think I know who's like. I know what happened, but I don't think I know who it is, which is fine. We don't need to be calling them out. But
Rat just tried to rat at me. Get out of here, rat.
ooh, let me in here. No, get off your horse.
Body roll. Wee.
Wee!
Pumpkaboo! Ah, a man.
Another man.
Now I can catch my pumpkaboo. Oh, another man? Ow!
Yeah,
fuck,
I got
a
him.
rat! Sorry, a
You
rat
let
came
the
up
rat in here?
I didn't
You're
let
supposed to
it.
close the door behind you.
No.
Yes.
I live in a barn.
That is
Also,
true.
usually Odin deals with them. I go, rat, and he goes and he gets it.
Hello. Fraser, thank you.
Winged scythe. Ooh, that actually looks cool though.
Scythe
Oh,
only
another
run?
rat.
Let's go.
Bah.
I
rocks
have
are
magic
literally-
now too, bitch. I
Okay.
can go shoom, shoom, shoom
Shoom, shoom,
with
shoom.
my laser sword.
Go to jail.
Go to jail. Ding dong. Oh wait, it's
Ding
not
dong.
blue. We have been here. Oh wait, no,
it's got a
examine?
stone sword key.
Ah. That's what to be why.
Bop.
Yes, bitch,
Bop,
pay
bop,
the
bop,
way.
bop to the top. Take my
Yes,
keys.
pay
Go,
it,
buddy.
pay it.
Pay the toll.
Pay the toll. You forgot the exclamation point, Marbs.
Where's?
They're over here, first of all.
Yeah, but where?
Right here. Yeah, they don't spawn until you get oh, okay. Until you get closer.
Whoa! Ow! No! That is not nice. You want rocks? You get rocks. So whatever you're doing, don't do it.
Oh, he is stunned. He can't even move, my guy. Okay, he can move.
Ah.
No, he can't.
He can move. No, I can't. Yes, he can. No,
No,
he
he
can't.
can't. Yes, he can. No, he can't. Yes, he can.
Radagon Scarsil.
Okay, hold on.
Looks like
I need
an
to check.
apple. Let me out. Let me out.
Oh yeah, I closed my. I forgot I closed my game, the checklist because it was. I
Oh,
thought it
yeah,
was
yeah,
lagging
yeah.
my game, but I don't actually think it is. So.
By the way,
Hmm.
I know we had talked about favorite Halloween candies and how there's the Reese's Pumpkins. Did you know they have Reese's Bats?
I did.
They're so cute. They're so little, but they're really tasty. They're like half the size of a pumpkin. I don't know, but they're really cute.
Okay, so we just did Ancient Hero of Zamor.
Jam jam,
Zamor.
jam jam.
Uh,
And you got the other one, right? The Misbegotten.
yes, the Leonine Misbegotten. Okay, so we've got the Erd
I
Tree,
got Pumpkin Boo.
the Catacombs. Okay, so we've got and the
Erd
Knight's
Tree, Erd
Cab
Tree.
too. You're looking to finish some work. DJ says hello.
Hello, DJ. How are you?
Okay, so we still go forward to Witchbane.
Bitch Bane.
Witchbane. And then the tree is up top. Get there.
He likes the trees. I like the trees. I don't know why.
I know. I don't know why you like the trees either. There's another streamer I watch who likes the trees, and I'm like, why
This
me?
looks- Can we get up this way? No.
I think we go this way and around.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks kind of stair steppy, but
It could be
Goes
stair
by the
steppy
top.
down though. Those are kind of
yeah,
deceiving.
yeah. That's what it seems like.
Has Broseph been around? I was watching them stream during the day. Kind of miss it. I don't think they've been streaming, but they've been kind of around. Yeah. Streaming takes a lot out of you, though. You know.
If you're not feeling well. And,
Yeah.
like, whether it's physical, mental, or whatever, it's very exhausting.
Yeah. Like, I love streaming, but it's very exhausting.
Also, just getting ready to stream, like, you gotta be in the right headspace, and, like, there
Yeah.
are times where, I know we both go through wanting to stream, but then,
Like
the thought, like,
yeah.
but then I have to, like, open up, and I have to get this ready, and then I have to, like, put some sort of face on, and then,
Yeah.
it's just, like, a whole, like, kit and caboodle.
Yeah. And I can go no cam, but then there's always somebody who's like, no cam?
Yeah.
No. Don't perceive me. You just went right in. Okay.
Uh-oh, he's gonna hit me. No! Ow, he hit me. Where's it? He's almost
Oh,
dead.
she literally went right in. But let me get one hit.
I'm waiting. I'm not doing anything.
Let me get one.
He hit me. I'm gonna get a sunflower. Picking sunflowers. He's mad about it.
He's gonna do the thing. He's gonna be dead because of my fire. Oh, he's not
Take
dead
him out.
because of my fire?
Take him out.
I'm trying.
Take him out.
He's
Do it.
swinging.
Do it.
He's swinging.
I tried to like 50-50 him, so like I do 50, you do 50, but my beam was a little spicy. Like it didn't
Your
start
beam's a little
with him, and then
OP.
it like ramped up a bit. So I was like, it's a little more than I initially intended, but I mean it was like more than a third.
So we don't get the tiers anymore either, so we can't get double tiers.
I make my own tiers, thank you.
Okay, what the heck? I can't even have our list open. That's wild.
Wild.
Yeah, I think my computer is starting to get on its last leg here. All right, there's
Well,
a tomb behind
shitballs.
us.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Number 4.
I'm getting us a little bit of help. Okay. Number 4.
Number 4.
Veer. Veer.
Catacombs. Oh, it's literally underneath here. Okay.
Sunflower.
Here? Question mark? I found it. Alien Isolation is quite the game. One of my all-time faves as scary horror movies, horror games go. Well, luckily for me, it's not gonna happen.
I just watched Pearl last night. Speaking of horror.
You just watched what?
Pearl.
What?
It's part of that trilogy. So there's God, what is it? X, Pearl, and then Maxine.
They even have the import
it's got Mia
lifeboat
Goth.
sibling. Why? Because it's the 23rd of October and you're only on 31, so it's not gonna happen.
Well, somebody wants to get real.
We only need 70. That's hard. That's isn't hard. I mean, 70 is a lot. 70 is quite a bit.
Touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Ah, you tried to touch me.
What is in here? Why is this? Oh, clearly we can't get whatever this is twice.
But yeah, it's got Mia Goth. She plays the lead in all 3 movies, but it's different characters. But it was weird. It was real weird. I was very confused. She's like a farm girl that wants to be famous. And it's like the
Oh my gosh,
40s.
that's like me.
But she's not right in the head, and
Oh my god, lag. Stop.
how many murders have you committed today?
Alright, maybe let's put it back on.
Hi, skeletons.
Marbs, it's
Whoop.
okay. Honestly,
Whoop,
I
don't
know
touch
you
me.
mean well, but it's not really a conversation I like having.
Okay. We're fine. My new skin skeleton. Are they open? Okay. Are we good? Are we good? Are we safe?
Yep, we are safe. Alright, so we go...
There's this way, this, and then that way. No, just this way. Just this way.
this way?
Just this way.
Up, right? Yeah, because we need to go up and around.
I thought we just came.
And we did just come
Down.
from up. I just
Yeah.
missed the flower, apparently.
I'm like, oh, am I having a stroke? Are you having a stroke? Are we all having a collective?
I know it struggles with us. That's not what I mean. I mean, like, it's just... It's hard to hear that people expect you to be more successful than you are, because, like, you
have no control
can't.
over it.
You
can only
can't.
do so much.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, I know you mean well, but, like, it sucks hearing. It sucks hearing it, is all. No, I know that's not what you mean, but in a sense it is what you mean as well, because, like, you're like, I enjoy your content, why aren't you more successful? I feel like you should be, which is a compliment in itself, yes, but it's one of those things that it's like, after 4 years, like, I should be way further ahead than I am. I should be, like, by all statistics and all, you know, intents and purposes, but it just doesn't work out that way.
It's like, why not hitting him? Oh, I got thank you.
Oh,
Thank
yay.
you.
I'm saying that I think you're supposed to, I know, and that's what I'm saying, like, I know exactly what you mean, I know exactly what you're intending to say, but the subtitle behind that, the little sub note, thank you for turning that on me, thank you so much.
I didn't realize it was gonna do that. I thought it was gonna... I thought you were on the other side, too. I thought you were under where
I was, and then you turned it on and I had to run.
Oh. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I thought you were on the other side. Like, on the safe side.
No. Are you not getting the best part about being in the upstairs where it's comfortable? Yes. Yes. It's a little tiny bit warm tonight, which I'm not a fan of, but it was like 80 degrees today during the day. It's a little warm tonight for, like, just having the windows open, but yes, I'm so glad to be able to sleep with my window open and just, like, a blanket on. Oh, it's so nice.
Also, I apologize for setting you on fire, but also, it's what we do.
I mean, that is true.
Unintentional fires. is what we
Unintentionally
do.
killing each other is true. 4 years and I'm struggling too. Yeah. It just sucks
I'm
when
at
I
4
see
years.
people who are like, oh my god, I worked so hard for 2 years and I got partner. And
Or
it's
6
just like,
months.
I've worked so hard for 4 years and I can't even get a 20 average. Yay.
Same.
Yay. I
Yeah,
work harder than most people do. Yay.
I'm right there with you, buddy. What are we killing?
I don't even know what's in here to be to be completely honest, but we'll kill it, whatever it is.
We'll
Oh,
find
the
out.
cemetery shield. Don't let it grab you or me, I guess, in that case.
Ow! No, stop. I hate these. So, like, spicy. Like, they're quick when they hit. They don't, like, pull punches. They just, like,
Lutel! Lutel!
Sounds like a type of, like, spaghetti.
Lutel?
Like pasta.
Lutel
Yeah, like,
the headless.
You know, there's, like, rotini. Like, Lutel!
The multi-stream timing is nice. Love to hear that. I love to hear that it's actually, like, on when does that ever happen? Because we're just so in sync with each other, you know?
We finish each other's sandwiches.
We finish each other's sandwiches. Alright, so that one's done. That is done. Alright, so we can go to
Done and
Tombsward.
dusted.
Oh, we did Weeping. We didn't go to
Cry baby.
Tombsward, though.
Cry, baby.
Cry baby poop
Actually,
pants. You burn each other?
Weird.
Yeah. We have killed
or
each
drop
other.
each other off of bridges.
We have killed each other more than most people do.
It happens, you know?
True.
Sometimes you
It's
just,
true. Sometimes you just kill your best friend. It's fine.
yeah. What,
Can
you
I
don't
get
kill
off
your
my
best friend?
horse?
I'm
Please.
trying to, how do I get down from here without murdering myself? Right here. Okay.
Oh, we did this one already. Tombsward Ruins, we did. So the other ruins we have to do. Witchbane? Is that what it is?
Unintentional. Something's aggro. Is it to me or to you?
I don't know, but nothing should aggro to me because I have a pretty princess dress.
Oh, well.
We've given her
Maybe
all
they
she's
don't
got,
like-
Captain.
Maybe they don't like pretty princess dresses. Are
don't
we going to
like-
3?
My camera kept spinning around in the stairs.
Are we going to 3 or 5?
Ah, neither. Hold on. Hold on. All right, we are going to 3.
3. You look like you're in pain.
Like an unboxing video. I appreciate that, Marbs. Yeah, I really, really have been thinking about like a game specifically to play like for YouTube, and I haven't decided what I want yet. I'll figure something out though.
Right? Oh, I'm here.
I want to first play. Hold on, I'm just grabbing this grace real quick in this cave.
There's a big angry ball.
Okay, I got the Tombsword Cave for us after.
Okay. There's a big angry ball.
You should get Satisfactory and do that. I want to. I was hoping that it would go on sale, like more than like the $7 off or whatever that it was last time it was on sale. Because I really want it, but I don't want to spend 30 bucks on it because I'm a cheapo. What do you think about Kick? Are you asking like if I would stream there? Because I would never stream on Kick. I would quit streaming if Kick was the only option.
Granados! I love Granados. Because he's a dinosaur. Ow! Ow, that was fucking rude. Oh, I just got knocked off the horse. That was disrespectful. Yeah, so I kind of did it to myself. I forgot I couldn't use my,
Horseman hears one part of the sentence and freaks out. I said I would quit streaming if Kick was the only option left. As in, like, if Twitch shuts down and Kick is the only option left, yes, I would quit streaming, unfortunately.
I've debated it.
Quitting streaming? Or streaming on Kick?
Quitting streaming.
Oh. I do think about it a lot, especially like with the conversation we just had where it's like, how am I still not more successful even after all this time? And I've thought about it, but honestly, like, I would be so bored and I would just like lack so much just like social interaction in my life. Like, no, where do you think the point is with Kick? Is it like it is Crazy Town? That's the people who get banned from Twitch, or the people who got wooed and brainwashed by all the false promises of Kick, being like, we're gonna pay our streamers by the hour, and people were like, cool, I can quit my job and go full-time on Kick, and then they were like, no, you have to be part of this special program to get that, which is essentially like being a Twitch partner, but not. Considering paying viewers, wow. See, that is total crap. No, I just think that it's first of all, it's an unsafe platform that has way less moderation. They allow the cesspool that is people who are banned from Twitch for whatever reason. They allow gambling. They allow people preying on minors. They
Everything
allow...
that isn't allowed on Twitch is allowed there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that says it all, really.
We have to go back up. I missed the jump over here.
Ow!
This cave here. I never heard that. Yeah, I've seen women be literally sexually assaulted on Kick. Yeah. Like, there was a video that went around like a year ago or so of a guy who like hired a prostitute or something, and this whole thing was live on Kick.
Oh,
so he like hired a prostitute, and when she found out that like she was on like a live stream, she like tried to leave, and he literally like physically blocked her from leaving the building.
Wasn't there another guy there too?
Yeah, I think so.
That came in after, like when she was trying to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. That was fucking wild.
Like, he physically like stood in front of her and would not let her leave.
That whole thing was...
Yeah, it was wild. It's gotten a lot tougher to be a streamer, hence why I don't stream anymore. It has gotten a lot tougher to be a streamer in the sense that everybody in the world went through this same insane experience together, being the pandemic, and everybody was so just like desperate for social interaction, and people were home and not doing anything and unemployed, and so just streaming and content creation exploded. Like, it's not like take Twitch out in general. Like, TikTok blew up, you know? So like just content creation and all that in general, you know, that was the only thing that everybody could do for several months. And I think the honeymoon phase, like the honeymoon phase of streaming has passed, you know what I mean? Where people are just like, plus there's all these shitty streamers out there that now normal people who don't watch streamers have this horrible like perception of what streamers are. Like, they think streamers are freeloaders and like streamers are just like, you know, entitled assholes who don't know it. Like, first of all, I work 50 hours a week at my full-time job. Like, you know, I'm by no means a freeloader. Like, the perception of streamers is so messed up because of just trash people, which sucks.
I got poisoned.
Yeah, TikTok came out at the perfect time. Yeah, I mean, TikTok came out, I think, before, but it really blew up. Like, think about, like, the TikTok shop and stuff now. Like, that wasn't a thing, like, 2 years ago. 3 years ago. Even YouTube, live. Yeah, exactly. Just live streaming in general. Like, even Facebook. Facebook gaming. Remember? Like, that was a thing for a hot minute. You screw all day long. You are so much more plugged in than me. I mean, in a sense, you kind of have to know what's going on in the space, in the content creation space, social media. Like, you have to kind of know what's going on.
Do you, though? I didn't get that
I
memo.
think so. I really think so.
I never know what's going on.
Well, that is true. That is true. You do not ever know what's going on.
Which is why I haven't grown, because I'm just like, oh, I just play the games, man. I just play the games.
Screws go all over the world. You got screws in every area code.
Let's go, mushroom people.
Hell. Did we ever get the full mushroom set? I think a couple pieces are in here, but I don't know if we've ever gotten the full one.
I don't remember. I don't rightly remember.
Okay, well, this is the boss. So hold on, we go back.
Boss.
I try to unplug as much as possible. I do at least once a week try to not go online, which is very hard because the majority of my friends are
We already
online. But
went in here and we went down there.
did
Yeah,
we
that's
go
all it is.
this way? Well, here's a single flower I missed, so.
So the direction you're heading is the way we came in.
Yeah.
That's the way we came in.
Yeah.
To the left of that is where we just went down.
Yeah. So did we miss something before?
I doubt it. Unless it's a hidden wall.
Well, then I can do this.
Fair enough.
There's a gooper.
You do! Girls. Disgusting.
There's a gooper.
You keep your good to yourself, eh?
Okay.
Okay.
So, I guess we'll just boss. And then...
Balls.
Yeah, we did... Yeah, and then I guess we can go back to the beginning and see. The mentality of a 70-year-old, there's nothing wrong with that.
Well,
They have an old soul. Miranda, no!
Miranda, no! Plant like moon? Moon.
Yeah, if you work online all
shit.
day, for sure, that can get real exhausting real fast.
An enemy fell, dude. I want
Many
these
fails.
flowers.
Alright, so let's go back to the entrance and see if there's something we missed.
Entrada?
Entrada. Ooh, it's a little warm.
Yeah. Feels a little warm in here, too.
Alright,
We'll be warm together.
let's see what we missed here. I'm the guy that works on fiber and fixes people's internet issues. Where were you 6 months ago when I was having internet issues every day? JK, I have fiber now.
You have a good poops?
I have good poops now. I have fiber.
It's important.
I was
to
sitting
have
here.
fiber in your bed.
You just hadn't found your place yet, Magruder. It's okay.
want to be poisoned. Yeah, I don't
Okay,
think I missed
so let's
anything.
see if we missed anything.
Give me the
Okay, so
flower.
we can go. My buns. Are you looking at my buns?
My logs.
Don't look at
Oh,
my
yeah.
buns.
My logs. Oh, yeah.
My lovely lady lumps.
Oh.
Whoa, get off the thing. Oh my god, you rolled in it like a dummy.
You dummy.
No, 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 no. No, 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 no. I would never.
Never,
I would
ever.
never.
Never,
I would
ever.
never.
Dirty little liar. Go to jail.
Go to jail, liar poo.
No one can stop me. Hi, you icky men. I should just say men.
Oh, that's just the same place. So there is nothing else because it's the same place. So is this not where you get the mushroom set?
Probably not.
I really thought it was the mushroom cave full of the mushroom men and the mushroom poison, but I guess not.
Mushroom, 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 mushroom. Badger, badger,
Badger,
badger,
badger, badger, mushroom,
Mushroom.
mushroom. Badger, badger, snake, it's a snake, oh snake.
How many people have no idea what the fuck we're talking about and are just
A cow live stream? That's pretty dope.
wait, was this here before?
What?
Little offshoot on the left?
Was it
Oh,
here
it's a big fucking
before?
rock.
Ooh, let's see.
Found a big rat. Maybe it was. I just found a giant rat though. Remember the giant rat? Remember the big rat?
There's so many rats everywhere.
Riot.
Rats.
Riot.
Frickin' rat.
Frickin' rat.
Oh, flowers.
Flowers.
Flowers. If a shovel was in the pen with the cows, listen. Tell them PETA people that they can come take care of the cow themselves then.
I'm a cow, can't you see that I live in the country?
No, they're
Moo.
not part of a speed run.
I'm a cow.
We go
Get your
south
hands
to two.
off my udder. Get your mind out the gutter.
What are you saying, sir?
I'm a cow.
Sir?
I
There's
am
so many
the farmer.
questions. The Killer Clowns from Outer... I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen that. Do you like it? Do you enjoy it?
But has anyone else watched Pearl? Pearl? Because
No.
I thought, like, everybody swore it was really good that I know of, and like
You're waiting for the good?
Yeah, I'm like, can someone explain to me why it's good? Is it something that I
Where's
just
the
didn't
part
get?
that's good?
Like,
No,
okay,
you didn't.
For example,
You showed me your John Deere. That sounds...
so wow. You know how you watched what is it, Pretty Things or just something things with Emma Stone?
Yes.
Things?
Yes.
And you know how like that was like everybody was like it's so good, and then you watched it and you were like, what the fuck is going on?
Yes.
That's how Pearl was for me, where I was like, am I just not getting it?
But that's also like people loved the Joker and gave the Joker like so many awards, and I was like, guys, it was actually one of the worst films I've ever seen in my life. And they're like, you just don't get it. You just don't get it. And I'm like, no, 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 no. I understood it.
I just didn't like. Yeah, I
It's
didn't
just
like the
it was
feeling.
bad.
It's just me. Maybe I'm just a silly little lady. What the heck?
It was just horrible. It had nothing to do with me understanding the story.
Joke's on you. I don't understand.
Joke's on you. I don't understand any stories, including the ones I tell.
I actually have been reading Wicked, and it's a lot darker.
You didn't care
than
for it. I
thought.
hated it. I thought I thought it was bad. Like I thought it was actually bad.
But the Wicked book is a lot darker than I anticipated.
Oh yeah, they straight up ask her if her is green.
Yeah. Well, more than that, they're like, "Oh, I heard she's got both things down there," and I've
Oh,
like,
yeah.
it's, but also
yeah.
just like there's a murder that happens, and like just dark.
Waiting for AC/DC to start playing? What? Yeah, the book for Wicked, the musical Wicked. It's a pretty fucked up book.
Yeah, the musical is very.
It is
I feel
not
like,
it is
loosely
not a
based on it.
vibe.
They took all the like really heavy dark stuff out of it, from what I can tell. So if you've seen the musical,
Yeah,
the book
it's
is a
not
lot darker.
what one would call a vibe.
It's not family friendly. Also, there's a lot of really like big words that I was like, listen, I'm a big word connoisseur, and I don't know what any like.
You
what
have to
is
be
this?
kidding me. I am not kidding you. I kid you not. The Wicked book is very wicked.
And there's a lot of them. There's Wicked, there's Son of a Witch, there's Out of Oz, and Lion Among Men.
Oh, you know what we never got? We have to look it up. Can somebody look up where
Safe journey.
the beast repellent torch is?
Festering bloody finger.
Unless I have it already.
Gregory Maguire is the one who wrote them.
Oh, I do. Okay, never mind. Never mind. I do have
But
it.
I'm almost through the first book, and I'm just like, this shit's
I think
fucked
there's
up.
I think there's a bell-bearing hunter here. Maybe, possibly, if we make it night. I think. Because if
Make
I
it.
open, it's because if I open our fucking checklist,
Make it blue.
it will
Oh.
lag my game. Apparently.
Go.
Past time until nightfall.
Do I need to do
Loads
it
of loads of problems at Blizzard.
Because it doesn't really look.
Yeah,
very
you have to do it
me.
too. I think.
Oh, ugh.
I know. Past time until nightfall.
Until
Nightfall.
Oh, I need to start playing more Overwatch because they have the Halloween event going, and there's actually some really cute skins.
Oh, maybe there's not one here.
It doesn't look like night though, even though we passed. I don't know. Maybe it's just as really bright here at night.
No, I think it's just foggy. All right.
Well, yeah, but bright.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just because we're that close to the Erd tree, and it just like lights everything up.
All right. So
Might be.
we've done that one. All right. So we have to go back up to the Bridge of Sacrifice, so we can go down to the Impalers category, catacombs. The Impaler category, you know.
I'm looking at all the things. Impaler catacombs. Okay. I'm looking at all the markers, and I'm like, this isn't
I don't
right.
know where.
Probopass. I don't like Probopass. Get out of here, Probopass.
Ugly nose man.
You big old snooter magooter.
Whoa, I'm a gooder. Looks up to see night sky. Is that all you're looking at, horseman? Is that all you're looking at, horseman?
The moon was so moony.
It was so moony.
I went outside the other day and I was like, God damn, it's bright out here. Because there was no clouds and it was a full moon. And I was like, wow. So bright I could see things with my
Is there a
blind
spirit
eyes.
spring somewhere? Broke myself in player. I retired it 3 years. That's insane.
You're
Yeah,
my
I haven't
spirit.
played Overwatch in 500 years, probably. Oh, Shibriri, great. Amazing.
Appreciate that. You're so rude. Go straight to jail for not appreciating my compliment.
What was your compliment?
I said that you're my spirit spring.
Aww, that doesn't help me
Lift
get
me
up, though.
up.
If I don't do
So
this, DJ
I
will be
can
disappointed.
find
You're
out.
right. You're right.
Ah, dog. Run away. Muppets, run away. Don't touch
Oh,
me with
get
your
up.
dirty Muppet hands.
Oh, get up.
How go? How
Okay.
now, brown cow?
One day I will learn this map.
No, you won't.
Yes, I will.
No.
I said one day. I didn't say what day or how soon that day would be.
Tuesday!
Yes, on Tuesday.
Tuesday's coming. Did you
Cow
bring your
and
coat?
chicken? Yes.
Did you bring your coat?
Share all of the animals.
You don't even like chimpanzees.
I don't. You're right. You're right. I don't like any animals.
You hate them all. You go, ew, gross. Look at
Oh,
their
gross
little
animal.
faces."
Oh, gross animal.
I prefer animals over people.
That is true. She does. What? Don't do that.
Ooh. Oh! Oh
You
my
did
god!
Oh, I thought you just fell.
No, the bat just ran into me and almost, like, it did knock me off. It knocked me off, but I was able to double jump back on. He ran up behind me, slammed me off the fucking ledge, and then I double jumped back.
That would have been
Piece of
literally
shit.
perfect, though, if I was like, oh, don't fall off, and you just, like, completely followed me back.
He rear-ended me. I need collision insurance for Torrent.
Seriously. The bat made a choice, it's true.
The choice was abuse.
The choice was murder.
That was so rude. It's like he was trying to collect on an insurance claim. He was like those guys that like just throw themselves in front of cars.
Oh,
That was him. Oh my god, I clipped that though, because I was just like, oh my god! Why?
I really thought you fell.
I mean, technically I did. I just saved it. That was awful though. Stupid fucking bat.
Would
I'll
murder
ask Alex.
again, 5 stars.
Fall off, fall off, fall. Aw, I was hoping he'd fall off before I killed him. His corpse fell. That counts. I'll take it.
My little Pete's going peep, 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 peep.
You know what's a great sound? Duck feet on, like, tile floor. Their little feet just, like,
That's so
slap.
specific.
They slap as they run, so it's like... It's great. It's such a fantastic sound.
That's so specific.
It is. There's so many videos of people, like, sharing their ducks just running across the floor, and you just hear tick, 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 tick.
I hear your little duck Pete's. Sir.
Duck feet. Woo!
Away!
Da, 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 da.
Gosh. What a show DuckTales was.
Ah! Ah!
How'd that work for ya?
I'm alive. It didn't actually do that much damage to me. I don't know about to you. Yeah, that's what it did to me. I couldn't help but laugh because it was just so like, and stab. It's like, oh, okay.
Oh, this is one where we go under, I think.
Oh, it was funny though. But where?
Like this.
Is that where we just came out of?
We go down, down.
Oh, down.
Down, down, down by the river. Baldur's Gate 3 on Saturday.
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug, it's my own channel.
No, but it's just it's like an ad. It sounded very much like an ad.
Going
like on
down, down in an earlier round.
radio.
And Sugarwood going down swinging. I'll be your number one with a bullet. Loaded gun comes out, cock and pull it. We're going down,
More
down,
zombies.
down, down.
Get out of here, Flamby!
Flambies? They're flambies because I am lighting them on flamb.
That one just died on his own. I didn't even do anything. I'm not
He probably
mad
just
about
like
it.
saw his buddies and he was just like, you know what? I'll just take this one. I'll just take the L.
Maybe just not a good time. Maybe.
Oh, I don't remember the whole. It's like going down, 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 the burning ring of fire. Down, 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 the flames get higher. Burn, burns.
The ring of fire.
The ring of fire. I played a lot of Fallout, can you tell? I have an issue with multi-stream now. If you don't sub to Yaga, you get commercials. Yeah, that's how it works with Twitch, yeah. Multi-stream doesn't avoid that. Multi-stream just lets you watch both of them on the same stream.
Yeah. Which is fun. But yeah, you still gotta sub to people.
Oh my god, come on.
Listen, either you watch the ads and I get paid, or you sub and I get paid. But one way or another, I'm getting fucking paid.
Okay, these guys don't ever stop. I'm just farming XP at this point.
Yeah, I noticed that. That's why I was like, I'm just gonna climb up here.
Well, now you looks like you do. Beluska do. We can too.
Do? Who do?
Who got blood on my pretty dress?
I got blood on the floor. Blood on the dance floor. Whoa. Oh my god, that scared me. Thank you for the sub. I was like, what is that? Why did it do that? It scared me. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Me just getting a fright for the sake of getting frightened.
Jump scare, Marbs. Good job.
Yeah, everything jump scares me. It's
Also
even worse
true.
when I do the Resident Evil games. Oh, hello, little guy. Oh, you just need to take a nap. Take a nap. Take a nap. Take a nap. There you go.
Hi.
Oh,
I'd rather you
it's
didn't,
a
my
big
guy.
boy. It's a big boy.
I'd rather you didn't, my guy.
I bet he wants to. Ow. Ow. Oh no. Oh no. Don't do that. One of his
Okay,
gargoyles
so
is
magic,
knocking on my butt.
not really great on him. Okay,
What move?
reassessing.
It's not bad.
It's okay.
If I could hit him without getting. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. No.
Yeah,
don't,
magic,
don't.
not so much. Okay, no.
I've got a little bit of bleed on me.
I aim to please, yes. If anybody deserves it, it is Yaga.
I'm okay.
Listen, I said what I said, okay?
I said what
What I said. Hey, I am trying to drink my blue Kool-Aid right now.
It's juice time. Who's ready for juice?
You're not being very cash money right now, guy.
My moon went under. Stop jumping over the moon, you cow.
Stop jumping over the moon, you cow. Correct.
That's what I said.
Correct.
Every time I threw it, he would jump over it. I didn't like it. I don't like it.
Oh.
Today's a good stream day. Like, I feel like our energy is actually.
Yeah, last week we were just really tired.
It was brutal. We were both going through
The eats.
medication, depressy, weird. So it was just like, ugh.
Yeah.
We were being those turtles.
Do you remember? I do remember Taking Back Sunday. Don't they sing like
It is
cut from the
polyfill,
team,
Marbs.
cute without the E?
It's polyfill. You can get bags of it at
Let me pull. I'm gonna pull
like
out
Joanne
my...
Fabrics or things like that. It's basically filling that they use to stuff inside of plush toys.
It is helping. It is, Wolfie. That's why I'm saying I really hope within the next few weeks to be back to being a little bit more consistent.
Ooh, let me take my medication.
Yeah, you should also do that.
I should do that. I should take my medication.
Okay,
Wouldn't that be
new
a great
game plus
idea?
bosses. Okay. Cemetery Shade done.
Yay!
Bird Tree Watchdog done.
Yay!
Miranda Bloom done.
Yay!
Okay, so we have our favorite. We have the Rune Bear in the Earthbore Cave.
Oh
we have
boy!
the Misbegotten in Morn Tunnel, and then our 2 night bosses. Okay, where is Morn Tunnel?
That is a good question. Yes,
I think it's
everybody
over
take your
here.
meds if you haven't already, or if you need to. Don't just take them if you've already taken them.
Yeah, everyone take
them
your
at the
meds.
appropriate
Double up,
times.
triple up. It's fine.
It's like a Pez dispenser.
You know what I heard today?
Immediately.
You know what I heard today? Throwback. Throwback. Red jumpsuit apparatus released a
Oh
new
my
song.
god! Do you feel like a man?
When you push her around, do you feel better now? As she falls to the ground. Yes, face down in the dark. She said it doesn't. Yeah, Red jumpsuit apparatus released a new song today, guys.
That's
What
crazy.
year is it?
We've gone back 20 years.
Are you two okay? What are you talking,
No.
Marbs? This is
No.
this
we're
is
never okay.
completely normal for us.
We honestly should have live streamed when I was in Tennessee because, like, then they would have really seen.
True. We almost live streamed Bucky's, but then we were
We
like,
should have because
"Eh."
it was like so. It was just me filling up a cart full of stuff, and then you being like, "Should I get this?" And I'm like, "Yes."
Yes.
And I would just throw stuff in the cart. Treat yourself. That was so funny.
Bucky's.
They're building one in Arizona. They just broke ground on it,
That's awesome.
which is a hell of a lot closer than Texas or Colorado.
Being
so.
completely normal for you is not the same as you two being okay. You know, okay, so that is true. But also, like, this is kind of just the way it's gotta be, you know?
The way it's gotta be. It is what it is.
Son of a bitch!
What?
I didn't get the chest.
I'm so confused because I'm fast traveling to the thing you just opened, so I'm just like, alright.
You'll see.
Okay.
When we get here. Yaga definitely fuckies with Bucky's, it's true.
I do.
Do you want to tell them how much you spent at your first trip at Bucky's?
I'm gonna leave it at 3 digits. That's how much is my 3 digits. You can,
So 3 digits with 2 zeros behind them.
It was a pickled turtleneck. You're not, 3 of them. You're not missing anything.
When is Panic at the Disco releasing a new song? Only a matter of time. But I think I think Panic is still making music, right?
No, he retired because he wants
Braden
to spend
Urie?
time with his kid. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He wants to spend time with his kid.
Makes sense. He did Broadway for a bit too.
He did.
Ark, thank you for the lurk.
Lurky turkeys. Well, it'd be like
You've seen
Gobble
pics,
Gobble,
but you haven't gone yet. It's an experience, Marbs. It's an experience.
It's a magical experience that everyone should take part in.
And like, it seems like it's nothing. Like some people are like, I don't get your obsession with Bucky's, and it's like, but the food is top tier for being
It is really good.
like pre-made, like ready to order food. It's top
really
tier. Like all of the snack food is so like it's so good, and some of the stuff you can literally only get there. Like you can literally only get beaver nuggets there. That's the only place you can get them.
Beaver nuggets are also delicious. If you like French toast crunch, it's like that, but just like not as crunchy. It's still crunchy, but it's more like
It's the most amazing place I've ever seen. It's up there for sure.
I don't know. It's kind of like pirate booty texture, but a little crunchier.
It's like almost if Pirate Booty had like a Candy Crunch on it, almost.
Yeah. And it tastes like French toast. It's so good.
Soon, I wish it wasn't. It's literally the closest.
You can get it online though. There are third-party sellers that will ship stuff to you. So if you're like wanting the merch, or if you want like certain food things, they will.
You can get them on there, but you got to go for the experience.
Exactly.
Oh.
Plus, you gotta get the barbecue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
It's the bear. The bear we don't like very much.
Well, it's not that bear.
We don't like any of these bears.
Does it feel itself?
Wait.
Only not the bear.
Quick trip.
Only throwing rocks.
I mean, but it's not even just me. Like it's everybody who's from here or from this area. Like I have a coworker who literally he comes to work with like a different Bucky's lighter like every couple weeks.
Except for maybe with colors.
Yes, you are true. That is true. But when I say like pre-made, ready to order, I mean like you literally walk up to the bar, like you walk up to the table and you just pick up what you want, and it's like it had just been made like 10 minutes before that. Okay, this one is done.
Fine.
Let me mark it off. Ruined Bear, Earthbore Cave, done. All right, so we've got the Morn Tunnel and the 2 nights.
Besides craving the touching of the butt. Everybody needs to go to Bucky's at least once.
I'm gonna guess somehow we didn't do Morn Tunnel last time. Somehow, because I don't see another tunnel entrance, but there's like a thing here. Let's see what that is.
A thing?
Yeah, there's like a little ruins or something right there where number 1 is. Yeah, especially because when we were there, I wanted one of the club sandwiches, but they were out. And I literally was like, can I wait for one? And they were like, yeah. And they literally made me one fresh and handed it to me.
Like, only 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah, it took like 5 minutes, yeah.
It was pretty quick. Which gave me more time to look at stuff.
I think was that our first trip or was that our second trip?
We only went the one time.
Oh, I went more than once, that's right.
Yeah. Also, when you asked about how much I spent, where I can't, my I also had to buy another luggage.
That's true. So not only did she spend $300 at Bucky's, chat, but she also had to buy an entire another suitcase to bring home all the Bucky's that she bought.
My game. There it goes. My controller wasn't working all of a sudden. Yeah, I needed another luggage. Also, okay, to be fair, part of that was the rest of the money that I owed you.
That is true. It is true. It was concert ticket money.
But not all of it. Not a good chunk of it.
Not most of it. Not most of it.
And I got you your pink Bucky's sweater.
It's true, which is right there next to me. It's too hot to wear it right now.
It is. I know.
Alright, I'm gonna have to look up where this
warm.
is because I really thought it would be over here, but I guess it's not.
Over here.
But it would be like Morn Tunnel would be by Castle Morn, would it not?
I would assume as much. It's the logical assumption. I can't bring up my map though, so I don't
I know, something's aggroed.
Yeah, I can't. I don't see anything aggroed to me. I don't know if anything.
Alright, I got it. Okay, I'm open.
No, I just
alright.
can't open my map at all. Oh, there it goes. Gosh, that took a minute.
Alright, I'll look it up. I hate having to do this from my phone, but I don't know why everything is being so laggy.
Well, this is the rampart.
Oh, it's okay. I see it. I see it. It's on the map. It's right here on the map. I see it. I don't think we went there, but it's right. Oh, bat! Come on.
I literally was like, wait, I just got pulled out of my map, and then it's okay. Bat.
And a bear.
Bat.
And a bear.
Bat bear. Bat bear. Bear bomb batten. Help is on the way, dearie.
And a fucking bear. Bear decided to join the party.
Out of me. It ran up behind
Holy
me.
shit. Okay, as I was trying to say, it's literally between the Ailing Village and the Erdtree. So I think if we go from Earthbore Cave... Oh, maybe. Oh, maybe. We need to go up this river. So, yeah, I think Earthbore Cave, maybe.
Earthbore Cave it is. We're going caving. Spelunking, you guys.
Spelunking.
We're spelunking. My pumpkin. Okay. I got stuck on a rock. I hate it here. I'm going.
Okay, so I think if we go up...
What's being? I can't wait until it starts raining here. Was that? I think I just heard Bueller.
Bueller?
Yeah. I hate the name. It's so bad. He's so cute, and then he's Bueller. He just went eep.
Okay, we're going towards. Yes, we're going to the secret tunnel. Secret tunnel. Through the mountains. Secret. Should we take the spirits?
Okay. The Miranda flowers are getting spicy.
Nope, we don't take the spirits.
We don't take the spirits.
No, we do not take it.
We do not take the spirits.
Do not.
Don't
do
you
not
do
take it. Don't do it. Don't take it. You brought a bat. You brought a bat.
Like, in the time it took me to process what you meant, it hit me. That was actually really funny.
Oh God.
Brought a bat. You brought a bat.
You brought a bat. You're just like, huh? Anyone seen Beetlejuice yet? No. When it goes to streaming, I will watch it.
Juicy Beetles? Disgusting.
Juicy Beetles? What's funny though is Joker 2 is already gonna come on streaming at the end of the month.
So they pulled up Borderlands?
Yep, that's how bad it was.
Are we really? Oh no!
Nope, I'm not surprised at all.
There's Misforgotten beating the shit out of
Have you seen it? Do you like it? Did you like it?
Wanna get knocked off? Enjoy. Fucking
Oh,
butthead.
I thought I was gonna fall. I didn't fall.
Hey,
Huh?
did you hear about the cheese factory that blew up in France?
Oh God, what's the punchline here?
There was debris everywhere.
Yeah.
We lost a lot of Gouda people that day.
Yep. I heard it was the Swiss.
Those people are monsters.
Those people are monsters.
Everyone's like, and this is when I
And all my viewers leave all at one time. They're
unsubscribe.
like, listen, I can put up with a lot of stuff, but I watched Trap. I liked it.
Oh my goodness, a third of the way. Beep.
Peace.
What are you eeping about, Bueller? He rages against
That
the
is a dead man.
machine. That is a dead man.
That's a dead man.
Oh, that's because I threw him. Yeah, he was up top and he was pissing me off. So
Now he's dead.
If you don't stop shooting me, we're gonna have get out of the ceiling so I can kill you. And now he's stuck in the ceiling. You
Oh jeez.
fool. Don't mind the misbegotten that's fused into the ceiling. Okay.
Fusing the ceiling. After that joke, I remember I have laundry to do. Yeah, I deserved it. I deserved it.
What a good time.
Alright, ready for a Muppet?
A Muppet?
Muppet?
Yeah. I'm gonna moon him.
Don't moon him, that's rude.
Hey, let me in. Let me. Scaly Muppet, look at my moon.
Wow. Wow. Touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Goodbye forever. Are you good?
Wow. I was just stretching my legs.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was just stretching my legs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now we have our 2 night bosses.
Oh boy!
So we have a death cav, or knight's cav, and a death bird. And then we're done in weeping.
Yeah, there's a Bucky's in Kentucky. Bucky, Kentucky.
A Bucky, Kentucky. A Kentucky. No. No. No.
It's always worth stopping at a Bucky's.
I promise it wasn't the
delicious.
joke. Or was it? We'll never know.
Ambiguity is the best. I don't need to know things.
Okay. So where's our knight's cav?
The Colonel plushie from Destiny's out of stock. I'm gonna go throw myself in a hole now.
Okay, that's cool.
But it's Colonel.
That's a little excessive.
Where are you?
He ran away from you.
I mean, that's not what I asked.
I'm looking. I literally just inside the because I'm just looking for.
I thought you like went off elsewhere. No, you're. Are you above me? Which cave?
Cave we were just in.
I just.
Okay, so the
walked out of
death
it.
bird is
You're not
right
out
here. I am.
You're not.
I am.
Are you invisible? Are you indivisible?
Probably.
I don't see you. I'm a bloody little boy.
Knight's cab is on the bridge. Knight's cab is here.
Kalu.
Okay. So we actually should be here because he should be.
Where's here?
Castle Morn Rampart.
This is the lift. Besides the rampart jail, behind the castle.
The merchant is here. Yeah.
I was
Okay,
looking.
so-
Like, there's a bunch of more and stuff over here, but apparently that's not one of them. I don't remember where anything is.
I
That's
know.
just crazy talk.
I know. My nose.
Yeah, it's like weird sinusy time.
Yeah, that's true too. Pastime until night. You make it night too.
Don't you tell me how to live my life.
I already did.
Damn
What are you
it.
gonna do about it?
Cry. Obviously.
No,
else
no,
am I
we
gonna
try, not cry.
It's go go, not cry cry.
No.
Oh my god, I need to watch that. I haven't watched that in like a minute.
Hello, Knights Cavalry. Where are you?
Cabal. Kibble.
Henry
Kibble.
Cavill. Henry
Good alert.
Cavalry.
Hi, camper. I prit you.
Where is
Cavalry.
he?
Henry Cavalry. Isn't he like?
Maybe he's on the other side.
I don't know why I thought he was like.
He's there. I see him. He's coming.
Okay. He's coming.
He's coming.
He says I'm on my way.
He's coming to die. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. Sir. Sir, that was none of that was necessary.
It looks like you're
It's
having a
okay.
good time. I don't
Eat my quiche.
eat your tea. Wow.
Yes, eat my quiche.
Oh, he ran away from my rocks. That was pretty good. Wow, he's just getting rinse.
Yeah.
Oh, don't come at me. No, don't do that.
Hello, goodbye, good sir.
Unplug
Goodbye.
that last bit there. Unnecessary right there.
He's dead. Barricade shield and a Night Rider flare. Alright, so the deaf bird is over here. So let's go to the 4th Church of Marika. You like his horse? I killed it.
Wow. Well, I mean, you're not wrong.
Hi, Nikki. Welcome in. How are you?
That was Torch. I got, speaking of Smoky Mountains, it made me think of Red National Park. I got this thing that it's all the cryptids from national parks.
I think you told me.
It's super cool, and I'm really excited about it. I posted it on Instagram, on a story.
Yeah.
But, it looks really cool, and I'm
pretty sure the death bird's like here. Is it still nighttime though?
Like a
Hello?
guidebook. Is it?
Hello, bird.
Hello, bird, my old friend.
Yeah, he's supposed
Start
to be
yelling
here.
for
It might
food.
not be nighttime anymore, technically.
Oh! I'm alive.
Bird.
I'm alive. I'm dead. I'm alive. I'm
Bird.
dead. I'm free.
He's been on a rampage.
Rampage like
He's sick
the
of your shit.
fighting game? The monkey?
So, do we
There's a race right here, so we can...
Yeah, I was
use
gonna say,
that.
do we re-rest? Make it night again? The Bigfoot book? The big book of foot?
It has, yeah, every national park and what the cryptid is for that national park.
Interesting.
Pretty dope.
Okay,
And then
I'm
it tells
making
you
night.
like all their like information, when they were first seen, what they're supposed to look like.
You
the
even managed to
lore.
get up on a chair and knock stuff off my shelf when my mom was watching my daughter causing a whole bunch of trouble. Wait, now why is it morning? I want night.
I put night.
I did too, and it went to morning. Hold on.
Look,
Okay,
That's
now it
fine.
says night.
till nightfall.
Alright.
Yeah, mine says nightfall.
Is it possible we've already killed this bird? I don't think so, but maybe.
I don't remember killing a bird. I feel like I would remember that.
I do feel like you would remember killing a bird. Yeah, same.
I would remember. You remember killing a bird?
I have killed many bird.
No, you killed a very specific bird. You were actively trying not to kill any bird.
Yeah. That did happen.
That was honestly.
Alright,
hilarious.
where is this bird for real?
Bird. That's a wolf and a man.
BabaYaga burb. Yes.
Bird.
Kill bird.
Kill bird, Bill. Bill Bird.
Like, this is where it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be right here.
Bird.
Yeah.
Bird, 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 bird. I'm riding.
Alright, let me double check that it's right, but
Double deck.
double deck.
I'm not seeing him.
Here's at night on top of the ruin, covered in ruined fragments.
Okay, I'm all the way over by the walking
Bird.
bell boy.
Bird. Bird. We may have killed this bird. Do we have
I don't remember
two?
doing it.
Do we have a blue feather? Let's see if it's in our recent tier. How far back does it go? Yeah, we did kill it because we have our blue feathered branch sword.
I don't remember doing that.
So we did. So Weeping Peninsula is done. Okay.
Huh.
On to Liurnia.
Oh boy! Look at it. We've done
boy.
2 tone ends.
2 regions have been locked.
Okay.
All right.
So,
Hooray!
where do we want to start?
I guess we can finish the academy and go to Renala.
Okay. So what's you're
Main
going to
academy
main
gate.
Academy gate. Okay, which is this one. There's like 5 over there, so I'm like, which one is it?
I know.
Tee hee hee.
Hee hee. Hooray!
So we're talking about going camping next week for a
Mhm.
couple days, and the area that we're going to, the cryptid there is called the Yucca Men.
Oh.
They're basically desert Sasquatches. But They're called Yucca Men.
Not what you said. Just
We need the glintstone key?
Wait.
Question mark?
you pushed the button, didn't you?
I didn't push anything. What do you want? What? I didn't push a button. What are you talking about?
Did you try to enter the academy?
Yeah?
Yeah, it just teleported me.
Why would it teleport you?
I don't know, but it just did.
Well, I went to
Area
the main academy gate.
51. So I guess we gotta go get the key from the dragon.
Oh, I guess we haven't done that. Interesting. Okay. What is that? Fallen Ruins of the Lake?
Temple
or
Quarter.
anything?
Cucumber Man. The Yucca Man.
Oh, temple. Bop, beep, bop, bop. 5 different cryptids. Checking them off. Checking them off.
Alright, are we gonna kill the dragon while we're here? Might as well, right?
I mean, yeah.
Might
why
as
not?
well.
It's gonna go.
Yeah.
Rawr. You like rocks?
I don't
Ow!
think so.
It likes hitting me with his tail.
I don't think he's a fan of rocks.
I don't either because he just hit me with his tail.
The stagger.
Haha.
Come here, where's your face?
Staggered.
Let me get your face! No, let me get your face. No, come here. There we go. Got him. Right when he tried to get back up. That was amazing. Did you guys see that? Chat, did you see that? It was so cool. I'm so cool, chat. I'm so cool, chat. Did you see?
Oh, that's exciting.
Did you see, guys? I'm so cool.
Are the coolest. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! I'm mid-cast. Run away.
I'm stuck on a tree.
It's gonna breathe fire on me, and I got. How am I still alive? Look at my
So
health
cool.
bar.
I'm so cool.
at
Oh,
my
I
health
already
bar.
got this key. Is there a key for you?
Look
Here.
at my health bar.
I cannot. Wow.
Yes, there
Key?
is.
Okay.
That dragon tried so hard.
But got so
Summer.
far, and in the end, it didn't even matter.
It didn't even matter.
It didn't even matter.
It really didn't.
Chat, it literally didn't even matter.
Doesn't even matter.
It doesn't even matter. I don't even care. I don't even care.
Car,
Zoo
not even
car.
car. Stone sword
Zoo
key.
car.
Just smacked it
I'll pay for this one. I'll pay this time.
You pay.
Yeah, have you done any more
In
skating?
Ohio. Ohio has Buckeyes, like they're like treats. They're like little kind of.
I thought you were saying like a person has buckeyes, and I was like, that's mean.
Buckeyes or Buckeyes?
Buckeyes, like buck teeth, but buckeyes.
Oh, is that like baby eyes? You get Buckeyes.
Correct. All right.
This rat's just vibing. Oh, he's not vibing anymore.
No, he's not vibing. The vibe is gone.
He was just sitting, staring at a wall, which like.
You thought lick? Yeah. Have you licked any more butts too? I need to know.
Wow. Very personal.
Also, Nikki, tell me about your hopes and dreams so I can shatter them again, since apparently that's all I
Wow.
do.
Well, you know, be consistent. You know.
Yeah, I wanna live up to the expectations that chat puts upon me.
I mean, there it is, guys.
I'm watching on my phone, and I don't have my reading glasses. Guys, isn't it so sad that this is the point in life that we've reached where it's a normal thing for us to say, hold on, I don't have my reading glasses on. Because we are old. We are old as shit.
I'm telling.
I don't know, I just chopped those men in half. Oh, it was great.
Wow.
Wow.
Impressive. Wow.
That's
Wow.
not very nice, sir. Oh wait, we're here?
Are we?
Wait, no. This is a different cave. Okay. I was like, there's no way we're here, but that's in Celia, which we are not.
You're a different cave.
Oh wow, a stone sword key inside a cave that I had to use a stone sword key to get into.
Hey,
Wow.
Isn't that nice? It all evens
Wow.
out. We love to see it.
I love when a
Don't leave
dungeon
me.
pays for itself. Did you say don't leave me? Like you're not the stronger one of the two?
Well, but I take forever to cast, so like, I got turned around as
Ow.
far as like, are you going the right way?
I don't know. Guess we'll see. Nope, because this has already been picked up there. So
So it is this way?
this way?
I think it's this way.
Oh,
I don't actually know.
I found a cuckoo glintstone.
I found a door!
A door. Okay, hold on. Come to you.
And men! Ew!
Ew, men.
Ew. Men are dirty. Dirty.
Not a man.
Don't you do whatever
My
you're
altar?
doing!
Oh no. Oh no.
I don't know what you're doing, sir. Oh god! Holy balls!
Is it like Helga in Hey Arnold? And she has like his chewing gum. She's like a chewing gum statue made of him, or a statue made of chewing gum of him, made of him. She
Ew.
cut him up and she made a statue of him. That's just called murder.
Murdoir.
That's literally just called murder.
And up here.
In case anyone was wondering.
Stop hitting me. Hey, you want a moon? You like moon? Do you like moon?
The worst part is I literally can't even target him. There we go.
Sometimes you just gotta moon people, you
It's
know?
a cheese head statue. Makes sense.
What
Obviously.
kind of cheese?
Yeah, what kind of cheese?
I need to know. For
Because what if
science.
it's not a good kind of cheese, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck everything
your
right
favorite?
now in life.
You love these guys.
Yeah, we love these guys, yep. Go ahead,
I'm
Tish.
gonna break this.
Go ahead, Tish, you're doing so good. Tish, you got this.
Do it. No.
Ooh, magic works on
He's
them.
broken. He's broken.
Okay, go ahead. We'll get the other one while I do this one.
Throw rocks. Throw rocks. Teamwork makes the dream work. Get rocks. Trying.
Stamina. There we go, who's done?
Wow. Wow.
Since I'm so sassy. Shop
That's
cheddar.
how you use it. What's in here?
Oh, see, I hired one of those guys that carves butter statues for the Wisconsin State Fair to make my bust of pink for my altar.
Let's hair.
So what do you do? What do you do in the summertime? Do you have to get like a special air conditioner just for the altar?
No, you just start melting. Your
I
face
just
is,
start
like,
melting and I'm
lopsided.
like, whoa.
You have like a stroke.
Wah.
Your character's kind of having a stroke right now on my screen. Jesus, are you okay?
No, you're hopping all over the place. Are you okay?
No, you. No, you.
No,
are.
you. No, you. No, you. Academy of Rhea Lucaria.
Rah, 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 rah.
Ra ra Lucaria. Ra ra Lucaria.
Rah, rah,
Rah,
Rasputin,
rah,
Rasputin,
Lucaria.
Stew bean. What this?
What is this? It's probably something stupid like a memory stone. Oh, it's Terra Magica. Okay, that's not bad. You should be using Terra Magica. I forgot to tell you that last playthrough. You should be using that.
Oh.
Like before, like when we get into the arena, cast that, and it makes like a little circle on the ground, and it like boosts your magic damage while you're standing in a circle.
Boost.
And I totally forgot
a
until I saw a
bubble.
speedrunner play with it, and I was like, shit, I forgot that was even a fucking spell.
Wow.
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 All right.
Workout.
I don't know how we got so distracted. Oh yeah, we got distracted because we didn't have the key. So now we can go back because now we have the key.
Back
We
to
have
where
the
we
key.
tested.
Which decade of the 20th century did letters first take flight through the postal service? Like when did they start flying them instead of like using like a horse and
I
buggy
would
or
assume
some
that's what
shit?
they're referring to, is like when they were being
When did
and not just-
airmail start existing?
Yeah, not just.
I'm gonna
like,
say the
regular
80s.
Pony Express.
I've never seen such a large specimen of spaghetti burb before. Listen, she's very
Burb.
she's very highly excitable. You have to speak
birdie?
quietly. She
birdie and
can get
meatball.
anxious very, very, very easily. She
It's
sleeps
true.
about 22 hours a day.
Accurate. Oh,
She's known to have emotional outbursts.
Very food motivated.
Very food motivated. You get her to do anything, you just gotta tempt her with some food. It's a very, very rare specimen. Yes, thank you for noticing my spaghetti burb. I heard she's obsessed with chimkins a little bit. She's a little obsessed with chickens, yeah. Big burb keeps little burbs as pet.
Burbception.
Burbception. Oh my gosh, you just appeared. You just fucking appeared and like glided into like into the screen. That was so terrifying. You're like, I'm here.
You know, I was paid to scare people professionally, so
Oh God.
Gotta keep it up.
You're very good at it.
I am. Sometimes I do it without even trying. It's great. Especially in my own house.
Yoo-ho. How come they can pass faster
than
you?
Yeah, that's as quick as I can go. He can go pew pew pew, and I just go.
KFC gravy and mashed potatoes to convince to play Mario Kart. Well, how do you feel about that, Yaga? KFC mashed potatoes and gravy for a Mario Kart session?
I prefer mac and cheese or their chicken sandwich, not spicy.
Okay, how about a famous bowl? Because I'll fuck with a famous bowl. Did you just murder the Burger King and his twin? I am the Burger King.
I'm oh my God, I just had a fucking so my mom used to work at Jack in the Box when she was a teenager, or like in her early 20s, and there was this homeless guy who came in, and he was like, I want my free hamburger, and she's like, I'm sorry sir, I can't give you a free hamburger, and he's like, but I'm Mr. Jack in the Box, and she was like, no you're not, and he's like, yes I am, I'm Mr. Jack in the Box, give me a free hamburger. I like was yelling at my mom, and she's like, what the fuck? This homeless man insisted that he was Mr. Jack in a Box and that he wanted
the Chicken Littles.
Hamburger.
Chicken Littles are good. Chicken Littles are definitely top tier.
Chicken
Littles? They're the little sliders, the little mini sliders.
Okay, I didn't know they were called that.
Yeah.
I don't know if
some crazy bread with or without sauce to dip though.
Sauce. You gotta have sauce.
Okay.
Sauce
I have 400 hours in this game, and I just want to point out that I just figured out that these skeletons eat your FP.
Oh. That
Yeah.
seems inappropriate.
Yeah, they literally
Oh.
suck your FP
Not
like
your
little vampires.
Not your
They're vampires because it's FP. Yeah, that's also true. Your mom also should have known better. Wolfie brings up a good point. Mr. Jack in the Box literally has a huge plastic ball head.
She did know better. That's why she was like, no, you're not.
Where's your giant head?
No. But he just kept going, I'm Mr. Jack in the Box.
That has
So like to this
that
day,
has
we always
like my uncle works at Disney like energy, you know.
yeah. It was just so funny. This man insisting he was Mr. Jack in the Box. We're like,
With hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Sir. Also, people would get really upset because they'd want a cheeseburger. It was a cheeseburger but no cheese. So she'd be like, so a hamburger? And they're like, no, I want a cheeseburger with no cheese.
I've heard that before.
Yeah, my mom
And
would
they're
get people
a
that would do that.
hamburger, and no, that's not what I mean. It's like, but it is.
Yeah,
But
'cause
it
it's the
is
exact
what you
same
mean,
thing,
and
it
you're
doesn't
just
have cheese.
stupid.
Yeah, oh my god. I never worked in the food industry, so I never had to experience
And I just learned you
that.
can shrink video players smaller about 2 weeks ago. Gra with the raid. Ba-da-ba-da. Hi Randy, hi Phoenix. Oh, I'm getting eaten. Hold on. Just chatting. Oh, what were you watching? You were watching Terminator 2?
Ooh.
Am I remembering right? Were you watching Terminator 2?
Was he back?
I'll be back. Hi,
Bach.
Gra, welcome in. Hi, Darkness, welcome in, guys. Hold on, let me get
Hello, darkness.
Let me get
my old friend.
to hello, Darkness, my old friend. Let me get to our next site of grace here where I'm safe, and I will introduce myself and do a little raid video and everything. Priest unrated. I don't think I've seen Priest. I know of it, but I don't think I've seen it. How was stream? I love Terminator 2. I used to have such a crush on Edward Furlong when I was like 12 years old. Edward. Them Connor names Arnold's Terminator Uncle Bob, and I never noticed until now. Yeah, he does.
Oh, I'm already out of Magique.
Magique. Alright, we need to get to a grace. So
Alright, I just killed this man, so we're good.
it is his canon name, it's true.
Grace, you say.
Yeah.
Grace? Should be one around here, right?
I think we have to go up. Oh, there's a hero here.
No, we killed him already, didn't we? Oh, no, we didn't. I thought we did.
Well, he doesn't have a name bar, so he probably
Oh,
respawns.
That's fair.
But he's dead anyway.
Alright. Well, if he's dead...
Is movie
we
on
should
Saturday or the game? Oh shit! It's the game. We'll have to reschedule movie night. I completely forgot about movie night. Yeah, it's the game because I have to do the game before a certain date. I forgot. That's my bad. I mean, we could always do a late movie after stream because it will be
Sure, you can
Saturday.
start stream earlier in the day.
I could start at like 10 or so.
Yeah. You could do whatever you want.
I could do whatever I want. You're right. You remembered something? That's dangerous.
Oh, we don't like remembering here. It's a
We
scary
don't
thing.
like remembering here. Alright, I think we are close to a grace though.
Yeah, I think it's gotta be in here, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right here.
Yeah, okay. Alright, I'll be back in just a moment.
Okie dokie, artichoke.
Okie dokie. Hello, hi, welcome in everybody. I know it's been 25 minutes now that have passed, but hello, hi, welcome in. If you do not know who I am, hello, my name is Krista, welcome in. Krista or Pinksel, most people just call me Pink. I'm a variety streamer and I play whatever the heck I want. Things like Lego games, Nintendo games, simulators, shooters, survival games, Souls-likes, and everything in between. I have a really quick video. You guys know the deal. I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you in 2 minutes. Hi there, friends. Are you a human being with disgusting bodily functions? Everyone comes here for the PPC, the peak poop content. I have poopies for you. I'm sorry that you didn't get to experience the butts. Look at that donk.
Why are you so excited for this? I was
Oop.
on.
And I died. Oopsies.
Oh.
You can't do anything with human meat, which is kind of boring. Put your clothes on. What if you just
Freeze-dried
like
farts.
collected a bunch of farts? My mom. Are you pooping? I'm a big girl. I do Mordors. No. Do you think he survived? This is literally. Let's go faster! I died. What do I do about this giant ball chasing me?
Chaos, come watch us.
I'm trying to make sure we don't die.
Why are you looking so close?
I wasn't. I just looked down and I could see it.
Oh my god.
He's
Still rolling. Cannibal swinging at you. The moose is running laps around you. Don't give me that baby. Do you know where your children are? Will you show them to me, please, so I can beat them up? I don't like scary babies in video games. I don't like scary babies in real life. Maybe let's not say those things on my stream. Okay, have fun. Bye. It'll save you hundreds of money on your car insurance by switching to doo-doo poo-poo. I'm trying to make the poop. Go, bees.
bees! Get the bees!
Oh my god! What is happening? Oh, I keep finding these boners. You can have your very own Greg.
It's soup. It's soup.
Where are the Vajuzhans? I just want to be beautiful like her. I am Cat. I can help you. He's totally dead. He's just standing there. Just because I was supposed to move him. I look like the kid from Stranger Things. You can go anywhere on Twitch, and this is what you choose to do with your time. Okay, game is done. Okay, thanks for coming. Thank you for the raid, and thank you very much for all of the nice things, as you say, all the time. I appreciate you. Phoenix, you too. I appreciate it. I do more. There's so many. Nikki, tell me what you remembered. Okay, I'm back.
You died.
Thank you for protecting me.
Yeah, I poked my head like around the corner, and a guy just like,
And they were like, absolutely the fuck not.
yeah, who's like already like posted up. He knew what was going on.
So it looks like major things we can't get more than once. Also, is this a fakie? It is a fakie. Smithing stone. Is there anything below? No. Anything below that side? Oh, we can go this way.
Have we done this? I feel like we have.
I don't know, because I don't think we had the shackle when we were here the first time. But it doesn't look like it goes anywhere.
No, because I feel like I remember this.
Destroyed them evil enemies. I appreciate you so much, Gross. So good to see you.
Boom, baby!
Boom, baby.
It's literally that easy.
Literally that easy. Okay, so now the other question is how get back?
No back. Only
What?
I did not move. Also, it caused my game to freeze for a second. That was weird.
I don't really know how that happened, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I was just standing here, and then all
I
of a sudden
kind of
you
just
went,
turned
"Hi."
around and... Yeah? You found
Turn
sound commands? Hell yeah.
Nice.
Okay. That's, that is 3 million runes, so I'm absolutely going back from that.
That's okay. You go back.
You go back with your bad self.
Go back. I go to class. I go to class now. Okay, goodbye.
Go to
I
class.
go to class. We get an education
I just remember to
now.
ask you off stream who we don't follow anymore. Yes. Oh, about the movie in Baldur's Gate. Oh yeah, you just remembered.
Remember.
You're gonna have fun with this. That's what they're for. That's fucking embarrassing. Yeah, no kidding, right?
Don't
Just
touch
like turn
me.
around and just fall off. Like, what the heck is wrong?
At least you didn't get rear-ended by a bat.
I mean, I have before in many playthroughs, but you know.
I'm just saying in this instance.
Yeah, Nikki, that's totally my bad. I completely forgot because I only have till the 30th to do my sponsored stream for them. And really Saturday's the only day like that I have the time.
Oh, too long. Okay.
Was that a giant glowing penis? It's technically a worm,
A penis?
but kind of.
trying to get those guys close, so you just want them. Wow!
But yeah, so they're like regular blue worms, and then when they get angry and they get aggressive, their head swells and turns red.
Cannot open from the side. Story of my fucking life!
So...
You won't let me open the door.
Yeah.
Dirty, dirty.
So they are penises. They're glowing worms.
Gleanuses.
Whoa.
Obviously.
Gleanuses,
Sir, I
yeah.
need you to stop
But you get grilled by your friends. Still beats bats. Yeah, right? Alright, have we done Red Wolf yet? Is this done? I don't even remember. I don't even remember.
Think
Yes,
so.
we have, because there's a
We
grace
have?
in here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying. How do we open that other door?
We have to go around? What do you mean, we have to go around?
No, I know. I'm just.
Yeah, I keep forgetting. Like, not that I keep forgetting, but I kind of keep forgetting that, like, I only streamed such a small part of this game during my first playthrough, and Yaga and I didn't stream our first playthrough, except for that one time where we did Moog for a couple hours.
We're very bad.
I was in a horrible mood that night. I don't know why. I was so just done with everything.
You had a case of a grumpy.
I had a grumpy, yeah.
Just like,
Weenuses? Blueskin? No, she said gleamises, like gleaming, gleamises. All right, Jar. Chill.
How did you get up there?
I walked up the stairs. What do you mean?
What's? We have this. I'm in where the red wolf is, and it looks like you can go up. How get up there?
Hold on, I'm coming back. Medium rare or well? I mean, the burn wasn't like that burny, so like medium well. Can we get up there? Like, is there anything even up there to be had?
I don't know. It just kind of looks like it.
I mean,
don't
it
know.
does, but if anything, it's probably from the rooftops.
That's fair. Fucking roofs.
If you're a
Putting
vampire,
these-
how would you want your friends to kill you?
Don't kill me. I'll kill you.
Yeah, like, don't kill me. I'll turn you into a vampire and we can be cool and eternal. Like, come on.
Yeah.
This is a win-win
cool
for
and
everybody.
eternal?
This is a win-win for everybody.
Why would you want to kill me? That just sounds like you want an excuse to kill me. What the fuck? Stop that. Not a very good friend.
Hey! Hey!
Stop that.
But I guess, like... I don't know, probably, like, just beheading so it's, like, over quickly. Like, I don't want to be
Listen.
staked, because, like, what if you miss my heart and you just, like, puncture, like, and just, like, make me
And then you
uncomfortable?
heal and you kill them. Then you say, fuck you.
And I don't want to be, like, left in the sunlight, because I kind of feel like that would burn.
Oh,
You know?
100%.
Like, I feel like that would be excruciating. Like, that
Yeah,
would not be a chill way to go.
Every vampire movie ever shows that. Like, yeah.
Yeah,
These
so
guys
probably
are the
beheaded.
Absolute buttholes. They're almost dead though. If you wanna.
Yeah, I hate
Oh,
those
they're-
dudes.
They're simultaneously casting right now, which is really deceiving. But they're both zombies, so. Like the
Goose!
one-
Oh my gosh! Let me get out of here! Let me get out of here! Goose, thank you so much for the
okay.
raid! You feel that? I feel like that's a discussion that we have to rehab with the raiders. Goose, welcome in. Thank you so much for the raid. Hold on, I'll be back in just a moment.
Okie dokie, artichoke.
Hello, hi, welcome in everybody. How was The Devil in Me? I haven't played that one yet. I've played the first two Dark Pictures, and The Devil in Me is definitely next. But hi, hello, welcome in everybody. Welcome in Raiders. If you do not know me, hello, hi, my name is Krista, or Pinksel. Most people just call me Pink. I am a variety streamer, and I play a little bit of everything. Things like Lego games, Nintendo games, simulators, shooters, survival games, and everything in between. I do have a really quick video that I like to show whenever we get a raid, just to see if this is someplace you might want to hang out, get to know us, spend some time, see what we're about, what to expect, all that jazz. It's about 2 minutes, so I hope you guys enjoy, and I will see you in just a moment. Elden Ring is so much fun. there, friends. Are you a human being with disgusting bodily functions? Everyone comes here for the PPC, the peak poop content. I have poopies for you. I'm sorry that you didn't get to experience the butts. Look at that donk.
Why are you so excited for this?
And I died. Oopsies. You can't do anything with human meat, which is kind of boring. Put your clothes on. What if you just like collected a bunch of farts? My mom? Are you pooping? I'm a big girl. I do Mordors. No! Do you think he survived? This is literally. Let's go faster! I died. What do I do about this giant ball chasing me?
Chaos, come watch us.
I'm trying to make sure we don't die.
Why are you looking so close?
I wasn't. I just looked down and I could see it.
Oh my god.
He's
still rolling. Cannibal swinging at you. The moose is running laps around you. Don't give me that baby. Do you know where your children are? Will you show them to me, please, so I can beat them up? I don't like scary babies in video games. I don't like scary babies in real life. Maybe let's not say those things on my stream. Okay, have fun. Bye. It'll save you hundreds of money on your car insurance by switching to doo-doo-poo-poo. I'm trying to make the poop. Go, bees.
Bees! Run to get the bees!
Oh my god! What is happening? Oh, I keep finding these boners. You can have your very own Greg.
It's soup. It's soup.
Where are the Vajuzhans? I just want to be beautiful like her. I am Cat. I can help you. He's totally dead. He's just standing there. Just because I was supposed to move him. I look like the kid from Stranger Things. You can go anywhere on Twitch, and this is what you choose to do with your time. Okay, game is done. Okay, thanks for coming. Goose, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it so much. And for those who do not know who Goose is, they are a fellow firekeeper, which is just an amazing, amazing, wonderfully supportive stream team that I'm on. I know you all know, but I'm just reminding you. But how was your stream? Devil in Me is good. I think I've only alive 2 people so far. Hey, that's good. This character looks amazing. Oh, thank you. This is my new game plus character. I am playing seamless co-op with my friend Yaga, who's over there causing trouble. Spaghetti. I am back.
The balls.
Hi, Chili. Welcome in. The ball. I know. The funny thing is my screen was shaking when the ball was rolling.
I'm just outside the room for the Moongrum carrion.
Moongrum. Okay. Did you get the golden seed that's over here? Oh, they don't respawn. Amazing. Never mind. Never mind.
That's
Oh
right,
yeah,
I won't
so
mind.
Chaos taught me something that I did not know. Chaos taught me that there's a room full of men up above where the ball gets dropped. And if you go up there and you kill those men, they will no longer drop the ball on you.
Oh, well, something just hit me before even the ball dropped, and I got knocked on my ass, which I don't appreciate.
You got your mods working? No. No. Mock, I don't know why it no worky. I don't know. And everyone's like, just follow the instructions on the mod page. And I'm like, yeah, I know. But like...
Oh, so you're having a me problem then.
But it's not.
No,
Is
but,
that
like,
how you're spending your New Year's? Eldening?
No.
Bye, DJ. Have a good night.
I'll be
Is
right
there like some kind of patch or GitHub link? So like... Okay, so there's like instructions. And it's like, oh, put this... Download this thing and put it into your downloads, your mod folder in your thingy thing. And then you do this thingy thing. And I like followed all of the instructions. And I'm like, bruh. None of this, like, I don't understand. Like, I don't understand. Your instructions don't understand. Your instructions don't understand. Okay. Killing the guys before the ball drops? Yes, exactly. That took me a minute. That took me a minute. That was a good one, right? That took me a minute. See? Do you like your Terra Magica?
I don't know. I couldn't tell a difference because there was just like a lot going on, so I was like...
Okay.
I had a case of panicies.
Okay.
Don't hit me, sir.
crazy that this is technically considered the shortcut back to vanilla. Oh my gosh, Tisha's just murdering people in the bushes. That's funny.
Wow. In the shrubbery. How do we get
Oh
up
my
to the
gosh,
Ballman?
Tish, thank you
Take
so
me-
much for defending
take
us.
me
Thank you
to
so much for the
Ballman.
tearing. No, to Ballmen?
Yeah, take me to
Okay. Ballmen must be. Ooh, I hear ball.
There's a door off to the right, but it doesn't open from
There's
that
gotta be.
side.
There's a ladder somewhere, right?
I don't know, is there?
I don't. Chaos should. Chaos. Yeah. Chaos. Move, Tish, move. Tish, body block. Chaos.
Tishy squishy.
Chaos. Show
Is it
me.
over here? Oh, it's right here.
Where?
I'm guessing. Yep, it's right here. In that little, on the way to the shortcut. Then I can open the door.
The little
me.
on the way to the shortcut.
Yeah, the little, like, outside area.
Oh, I see. See? Looky, looky. Tisha's Bay, I know. Literally, once I upgraded Tish to, to full strength, like, it was over. It was over. She's such
Oh
a
my
champ.
But not better than my big mouth imp.
I
Because
don't know.
He's got
man.
buns.
He's got
He's my
buns,
little
hun.
bun boy.
Hey, can you not with, like, the sorceries, please? I
Yeah,
would
the
so
sorceries
appreciate
are
that. While I'm healing.
Stop.
While I'm healing.
So when you stop, because I'll show you. Like this. You stop.
Okay, there we go. Good job.
Is there more stuff? Like items?
Oh,
There's
items?
a chest
maybe?
right here.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about dudes. I thought you were talking about men.
A glintstone scarab.
Yeah, if you didn't want to be a bird, you could wear that.
Why wouldn't I want to be a bird though? Honestly.
Well, because this will increase your damage, but you can just Terra Magica and you can just be Magic
I can
Terra.
bird a magica.
You can bird a Magica.
I can.
My Anaconda don't. Okay. Oh wait. Another one.
My anaconda don't tarry.
I was reading and then it teared.
I hate when my anaconda won't tarry. So
I
funny.
hate when my Anaconda don't tarries too.
Come on, you gotta. You're pointy. No, it's just that the foot's coming through. That's why. Okay.
Oh, fuck me. I forgot that there's no grace before her.
That's right. Ugh. Gross.
Fuck. Okay.
It's fine. Make it work. I hate the kids. I forgot about the kids. I hate the kids.
You hate children? You're gonna play Baldur's Gate in the Baldur's Gate, so let me know if you need a Baldur's Gate. Sure.
Can I be the gate?
Wanna ball the gate?
Can I in the Dungeons and Dragons? Can I be the dungeon?
Can I be the dungeon?
Okay, so we just gotta beat up some kids, right?
Yep.
Where's the little singing fucker?
He's about to break. Hey man, I heard you like Baldur's Gate. True that. Man, I looked at chat for a second.
That'll teach you.
All right.
Smack one of those singing little.
I am
Don't throw that.
trying.
Oh, she almost cried.
Where's the other gold bitch?
I know, I killed one.
Ah! Shweddy?
Just dropped that
Not
on
even
my
being
head.
Shweddy.
Crap.
Yeah, you have to look for the fire
I
on the
found
floor
it. I
before
found
she
it.
drops it.
Oh, wrong one. That's the one.
Oh. Can you not blow fire?
No, there's two over here. Ow. The children are in the way! They're body blocking!
It's a good thing that children can be one hit.
Dude, there's more singing children? Where are these kids coming from?
They're actually falling. If you look up, there's
I know,
cradles
but like,
above.
where's the singing
No,
little shit?
she will heal if she eats the babies.
Oh, okay. Well then I'll beat up children, I guess.
She will heal if she eats the babies.
I'm beating children.
No, you need to beat golden children.
Yeah, I know, but I was trying to beat the healing babies.
Oh, all the babies. I mean, you could beat all the babies, but we needed to find the golden children.
No, I know, but you
A
said
child
just
just fell on me from the sky.
trying to stop her from.
Where
You
the
guys-
hell is she? Oh, I hear her. I hear her. Here she is. Okay. Bitch.
Oh, you're breathing fire. That's fun.
No. Okay, is she gonna break now? Nope, I hear
no.
one. There's two. I hear see it over there. Well, I wonder if her bubble, like, heals if you don't do it fast enough. Because I feel like we've done, like, 6 on this.
Oh, she's trying to heal him. I can't. Stop it. Stop it.
I think she's gonna break.
Everything is illegal.
Here's phase 1.
She goes, which like.
Alright, here's where it gets tough. I think she's gonna Comet Azor as soon as we get in there, too.
Listen, I have no health, so.
Neither do I. So that's why I'm saying I think she's gonna Comet Azor as soon as we fucking get in there.
No, all I have to do is just like chip away at her health.
Yeah, here she goes. No, thank you. I don't know if that will work this time, though, so I don't really want to depend on it.
Woohoo! Oh, she's moaning.
Okay, so
Moaning me.
Tish. Okay, Tish. Hi. Do you see the boss lady over there, Tish?
Please says no. No, don't leave,
She needs to figure it out though, because the boss lady is in front of us here.
That is true.
No, not. I need to fucking heal. Moon mommy? Yeah, but not in a good way. No. No. Stop backing away. Stop backing away. I can't get my fucking stamina back.
As soon as I do that, you knocked her to the ground, and I was like, well, I guess I can't aim at her anymore.
I would so much rather you didn't summon a fucking giant right now.
Oh god, 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 I need mana.
Don't turn into the moon. Don't turn into the moon. Nope. No, thank you.
Doesn't matter. She's dead.
Okay.
Oh,
Yay! Remembrance of the full moon queen. Whee!
Tish is off in the distance, by the way, just fucking off.
Tish is just doing her best,
So far
but I'm
from
not
where we were.
sure if that's actually true or not.
I kid you not, like across the fucking map. That was so funny.
Oh god.
I just saw her wandering around in the background, and I was like, ah!
That's why I was like, does she not see the boss? Like,
I guess.
also, there's the cradles, guys, just because I don't want to sound crazy. When I was like, there's a they fall out of cradles on the ceiling. See,
They're like bunk beds.
they're kind of cradles. They have little rockers.
But also, don't they like further over here? They do too, but they like fall. They climb out of the like the cabinets or the shelves over here. Because if you're over here, they fall too. but there's
Goose, thank you
no-
so much. Good night. I hope you have a wonderful night. Bubbles, thank you for 17 months. Bubblehead.
Locked.
Yippee.
Offensive.
Bubblehead. Thank you, Bubblehead. Bubbles, thank you so much. How are you, bestie?
I'm going to rest. I am in pain. I am in pain.
My sweetings,
Okay.
come out from whence
Okay.
ye hide.
Okay.
Renala.
Hooks and
Renala.
ladders
Egg.
aplenty.
Renala.
Dither not.
Renala.
Come out, say I.
No.
Or will ye
Okay,
be
but why is this
gravestones
locked? How do we open
to be
this?
better
Because we
than
haven't done
the
Ronnie's
know?
quest yet. Don't let me.
Now.
We have to do Ronnie's quest.
Okay, we're going now. Who are we killing now?
Who
We
killed
gotta
now?
we have
Okay.
to keep murdering. Murder our way to success.
Whew. Okay, let's see.
Look at you, you silly
Doing
moon-headed lady.
workies? Aw, I don't like that you have to do.
She has big old peats.
She does have big old peats.
stompers.
Alright, let's go to the artist's shack
But a
and
very
go
tiny head.
up.
Artist Shaku?
Artist Shaku. Is
Where
that
is
Yaga?
Artist?
It is Yaga.
Where is Artist Shaku?
Of course it's Yaga. It's
Miss
Piscetti.
Shaku. It is me. I
It's
am
Piscetti.
the Piscetti bird. What's
The
Avenger
Piscetti bird.
Shaku? Which Shaku am I going
Artist
to?
Shaku.
I know, but I'm not seeing it on the map, so I have to pull up the list.
Oh, in Liurnia of
Well, no, I know that, but I'm just saying, like, on the, like, I was going to the different things and things that look like shacks, but I didn't see it,
yes.
so I pulled up the actual list.
Yes,
A
yes,
shame.
yes. How come you don't have the whole map memorized, Yaga?
I don't have my.
You're
life
like
details
a
memorized.
fake fan.
I mean, sure. Sure.
You're a fake fan.
Okay. I'm okay with that.
You didn't really beat the game.
I
You
did.
used
Okay.
magic.
Oh, well, I mean, you're not wrong. I did do that. I
Oh my
can't
god,
argue
you
with
used
that.
rivers of blood. You didn't beat the game.
Okay, definitely.
No, I used rivers of blood.
Yeah. I'm like, that definitely wasn't me.
That was me. You cheesed the game. You didn't count.
Chet? Chet?
It doesn't
Chet?
count. No, it just means you don't have skill and you didn't play the game.
Chet. Don't throw fire at me. Don't throw fire at me. Don't. Why are you still throwing fire? I said don't. have
Do you
no
guys like my
respect.
impression? Do you guys like my impression of a Reddit Souls bro?
But did you do that actually?
Actually, you didn't really beat the game.
Not well. Jokes on him because nobody's beaten the game. Remember?
Oh yeah, because nobody's found the secret true ending of the game.
Yeah. Nobody's beaten the game yet. Duh.
Made spaghetti with cherry tomatoes. If I liked tomatoes, that would be amazing, but I don't, so. That does sound good though. My impression is so good, I know. It's a shame that I don't have glasses to push up.
Never catch me alive, you fool!
Why can I not get these things? Look, dude.
Ow! Ow!
Lug
Ow!
dude.
Ow! Ow! Stop!
I'm such
my
an
horse.
impressionist. I'm a master. Master of
stuck.
impressions. I need to get one more level, chat. It's like next to
One?
impossible, but I feel like if we do the whole game and the whole DLC, I might get one more level.
Impossible, you say?
I still need like 1,100,000. Like,
That's not that many. Just kill the right guy.
that doesn't
Kill the right
work
guy.
anymore.
I know, right? To be fair,
That's how
that
we
was
got here in the
completely-
first place. That's why I can't level anymore. Don't honk your horn, you hoe. I don't. What is going on?
Did I
My
just
girl
have a
is like
stroke?
going the wrong way. What?
I came into being? I don't know. I was on my horse, and then I was off my horse walking in like I had just, like, spawned it. I don't know. It was weird. It was weird.
You just had a little crisis. It's fine.
All day, every day.
Just a little crisis.
Little whoopsie dude.
Alright, who's here? What's here? Who's here?
I mean, do any of us really know?
There's gotta be a person. Oh, behold dog! Hello.
I welcome you.
Goodbye.
I am Muriel. My apologies. Do you
Just a
know how it
goodbye.
came?
Hi, Muriel.
Not a shattering. It is by the mattress.
Behold,
so
dog.
hard the
Golden or gold sewing needle. I have a gold sewing needle.
Oh,
I
we
can-
need that.
Free to I would serve as your. If you find anything
good, 'cause I
less
got
you.
than which ca-
Yes, teach me. Give a scroll.
Oh,
Give a
what
scroll.
have we
Give a
here?
scroll. Give a
Very
scroll.
well,
Teach
I
me,
already-
teach me, teach me.
Not
I
all
already know
things.
these things.
Oh, what very well. Let heresy all things.
You know all the spells. Show
You
Celestial
possess-
do.
Then I would like to concerning the
Do or
Radican
don't?
one repented his the order of this.
I had to
hour
use
and so
Celestial
you
do
will
for my first
restore
time
any honor.
ever. Because of
Ever.
chaos. Because chaos fucking attacked Alexander.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Not to put it
So
boy.
we had to use fucking Celestial Dew to get forgiveness so
Get
he
a
won't be
buckle
aggroed to us
waffle.
anymore.
No matter
I
how
was
strained
so
or
pissed.
even severed.
I was like, I've
Alexander,
never
you're
had
the
to use this
best.
ever.
I can atone. I don't need absolution. That's
Yeah,
it.
you haven't
You go.
done anything that you need absolution from.
My
Your
faith
eyes
in
are disgusting. You
America
should
this
probably
time
get
Why?
would be elders. I hope for the
Why are
What do you
my
mean,
eyes
why?
gross?
They're like red or pink or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, they're pink. I have pink eye.
You have pink eye in both your eyes.
Why are you making fun of me?
I'm not the one with poopy eyes.
They're not poopy.
Poopy eye.
And listen, it's because they turned yellow when I ate too many dragon hearts.
I wouldn't brag about that. Jaundice is not something you should promote.
Well, listen,
Well,
I'm too hardcore, you know?
Oh my goodness.
You're not hardcore unless you live hardcore.
I live hard on the floor.
You should get that
Like,
checked out. No, they're pink now. It's fine. It's fine, chat. They're pink.
Where's medication?
Ah! Don't do what I just did! I was trying to show off my eyes, and I turned around real quick and just fucking
Yeah.
right off the edge.
Oh, I watched it happen.
Look what
What a-
happened.
what a-
Making fun of my pink eyes.
I mean, it worked out fine for me.
Making fun of my pink eyes. You guys
Better
are
than
mean.
your brown eye.
You guys are bullies. Let me get my
I'm getting
runes.
full weed. Oh, there should be a tree guy. Tree guy.
Mhm.
Tree guy.
Yeah,
Love me a tree guy.
I know you love you a tree man.
That man's a tree.
You would get pink eyes checked out too? Nah, you just go give your
Nah, you
friends some
just
butterfly kisses.
Oh. Ew. Oh, that's actually far down. Look how far that is.
Aw, that's actually farty.
There's a man trying to hit me.
I'm pretty sure there
I
is a whatchamacallit nearby. We just have to find it. Spirit Spring.
don't hear it.
What is going on?
Here's Glintstone.
Is he gonna die? Oh, that would have been so dope if he fell down and died, but he didn't fall down and die. He just fell.
No, they're being fucking-
Yeah. Oh my.
Bubbles, how are you? I know, ew, a man. Who put that man? Get out of here,
I think we can go
man.
down here.
Probably have to walk all the way to the ground. Like
Yeah,
chumps.
probably.
Gross. Just walking. Who walks? Ugh.
Gross. Walking.
In LA,
Can
nobody
this
walks in
arrow
LA.
please despawn?
No, it's part of you now.
Oh, no, it's not. See, it's gone. Amazing. Hello, who are you? Oh, you
It'll always
fuckers.
be there in
No.
spirit.
No, no. A man. A large
Tiny
man.
head. What's
A
with the
large
tiny
man
head
with a
thing?
tiny head.
I'm not gonna
I hear
say
something. I think I hear a golem.
it. I'd
Oh,
advise
there's a
against
man
that.
here too.
Get out of here.
Hey, 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 hey. Stuck on a tree.
Trees
My
are
nose is
difficult.
itchy.
Oh,
Apparently
so-
I have to go to Renala and get a makeover, so Chat and Yaga is fun for being so hideous.
Oh, I'll find another reason to come in. Don't worry.
Hideous. Also, you guys never wondered why Yaga wears a bird head instead of exposing what her character looks like? Hmm? Exactly. I rest
No one cares what I look like. I'm a bird.
I rest my
I take off my
case.
mask and there's another mask.
There's another bird underneath.
Yeah. Double the bird, double the fun.
I hear things.
There's a man who was trying to kill you, but I said don't. That's my job.
That's my kill.
I'm the only one who can kill my friend.
Ruined labyrinth. What's that?
I touched it with my hand.
You said touch.
I touched. I went. There's a head over here, and I don't like it.
There's a head over here.
Ghosting.
Disgusting? It is pretty gross, actually. Where am I going? What is over here?
Where are you going? What are you doing?
I
Why
don't
are
know.
you doing?
I don't know. Did you touch the
Who
butt?
is there?
I always touch the butt. Oh, look, I see a Grace, though.
Saving Grace?
Nikki, did you touch the butt?
3 days, Grace?
Oh, also, Nikki, you never answered the question. How was your roller derby?
Darby.
How's Darby going? Alright, where is this? What is this? Where is
I gotta
this?
get
Where?
around. Oh, I remember
I need
this
to.
being a whole
I went the
fucking
wrong
last
way. That's right. Fake. You remember this being a whole what?
thing last time. Getting around to go to the Erd tree.
Oh, yeah.
Or not the Erd tree, but the minor.
The little the minor Erd tree.
Minor.
Minor Erd
Murdy.
tree. Minor Erd tree. Oh, that's
Well,
a
that was
mausoleum.
unnecessary, really.
That's a mausoleum.
It is a mausoleum. It's a bad attitude.
And he kind of waspy. Happy Fallout Day! I know! Did anyone else watch the broadcast? Oh my gosh, there were so many salty people on the broadcast, or like in the comment section. I literally wanted to answer so many and just be like, you're a fucking baby. But I
And that's
thought about it. There were so many people who were like, stop working on Fallout 76, no one cares anymore. And then there were other people who were like, where is Fallout 5? And then there were other people who were like, no Fallout announcements, no New Vegas remaster. What broadcast did I miss? It's Fallout Day. So it's like in Fallout lore, like Fallout canon, Fallout lore. October 23rd is the day that like the bombs fall and like starts like the nuclear like apocalypse. So it's like Fallout Day, like it's considered Fallout Day.
Day in which we fall.
And Bethesda did a broadcast today on their channel. Yeah, and people were like so just like, oh, no New Vegas remaster. Oh, no new game announcement. Oh, why are you only doing Fallout 76? Like, people are just...
Grumpy. They're grumpy
I want to banish annoying people from the internet.
Good luck with that.
I know, and that's... I know. I know.
I found Bellum Highway on accident. Black Knife Catacomb.
Oh, I found a bear!
Oh. Well, I found Black Knife Catacomb.
Okay, never mind. The bear killed something for me, so that's cool.
Oh, that's nice of it. Wait, is that... No, that's Crystal Tunnel. That's not the one I thought it was.
I'm trying to get to Crystal Tunnel. Do we have to go from this way? Oh, maybe this way.
I don't know, but I found Black Knife.
Okay, I'm coming to you then.
Black Knife Catacomb.
I'm coming to you, Dan. I love Fallout, but I'm not very in the know. I love Fallout. And I would like to get back into 76, because I kind of dropped it for a bit. Especially because they've, like... There's, like, literally been a map expansion since the last time I played.
Yeah. There's like the whole convoy thing going on.
Caravans, yeah.
Yeah, convoy caravan.
Let's start a petition, call it internet license, where people gotta... Yeah, people gotta have a license to be on the internet, and they can't be annoying.
I feel like that should be like the kids too.
But I also would not be allowed to be on the internet because I am very obnoxious. Hey, 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 hey. Why are you not... Why are you... Oh my god, there's a necromancer around here, isn't there?
Oh, yeah, right here.
I was like, why are they not fucking dying?
Okay, there we go.
Dave! What up, my dude? How are you? How was your day?
Ah! A man!
Not a man.
A dead man.
Pick it up, everyone drops stuff sometimes. I feel I would also not be able to be on the internet. Yeah, if you had to apply for a license to be on the internet and you couldn't be annoying, there would be nobody on the internet except for like the most boring people, which are also annoying. Who gets to decide what the annoyance factor is? No more pirates. Oh, I know. No, I have the DVDs and the Blu-rays. Haha! What are you gonna do now? You thought you had me. Alright, there's another fucking necromancer.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, he was up top. Nice. Do we have to ride one of these up?
Yeah.
The middle one, yeah.
Yeah. No more of that turd.
DVD? What's that ancient technology? I know. I also have it on Blu-ray though.
Do you remember HD DVD?
HD DVD? Yeah, I do remember HD. What the? This game, I swear. I got stuck on like nothing and then I couldn't jump and then it dropped me.
Oh, you mother fucking fuck. Hold on, there's a... Oh, I got killed. Whoops. There's a necromancer. Oh.
HDMI 4 comes out and DVD players are compatible with TVs. Crazy. Like, you mean to tell me that I could play a DVD on my television? What is this? What is this witchcraft? What is this sorcery? You know, in ancient times, they would burn you for something like that.
Oh no, stoning.
Burn you alive. Burn you at the stake. Not with a stake, but at the stake. And that's not a fun kind of stake. It's a not fun kind of stake.
Listen, it depends on what you're into. Don't judge what other people are into. We don't know. Okay.
I'm not judging anybody's kinks, but I just feel like being burned at the stake is probably not a healthy kink.
I don't know. I really don't feel comfortable commenting on it. I just don't
Right.
know.
Fair though. You know.
How can you know unless you participate? I just haven't, and I don't want to. I found!
Found what?
The boss. A boss. I found a boss. I found a
Oh,
boss.
is it because I opened the door because I went down the hole?
No. It was a secret. It was a secret. I hit the wall. It was a secret wall.
Oh, okay.
It's up top where you jump. Found it. My smack in the wall.
This just in, being burned at the stake actually not considered good for long-term health. Exactly. If you're gonna have a fire to burn me, utilize it and also cook some steaks. Yeah. At least, like, make my death, like, mean something, you know?
I mean, seriously, burning you alive does make some mistakes.
Does make some... What do they call it? Long meat? Long pork? I'd love to be burned at the stake. Burned by the stake? Where are you, though?
I'm up.
I know, but up, like, on top of the blades?
Yeah, when you ride the blade up,
Okay.
and then yeah, the second blade, the middle blade.
Yep.
And I jump, and I flap, and I flap. I'm found it. I hit the wall.
Oh, okay. Well, this is extra boss.
Extra.
Extra
Oh.
boss.
I'm scared.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, here, let's 1v1, bitch. 1v1, bitch. Where you gonna go now, bitch? Disappear now, bitch.
Ow.
When I say 1v1 me, I mean 1v3 me.
I don't know how to do math.
I mean against me and my bitches. I have no stamina because I have just been unloading on her. Actually ridiculous right now. Black knife print. Okay, so let's go back and get the other one. Death by Ribs 2025. I got Stony Baloney in my good Christian Minecraft server.
My
Wow.
goodness gracious.
Oh, what that?
What?
A wooden shield.
Wudon. Okay. I'm so proud. I found a secret and then we killed the secret.
We did, you
and
did
now
secret.
it's a
You
dead
did so good secrets.
It's a dead secret.
You
It's
did
a
so good on the secret.
Ryan's secret.
Ryan's secret. Exactly. That's exactly who I was talking about.
I knew this is it.
Ryan's secret.
Good old Ryan's secret.
All right, Tish, are you gonna actually like
Man, we
work
got
if I bring you back in this room?
2 bosses for the price of 1. Oh no, it's one of these motherfuckers.
Oh, okay. Can I use this? Use
No,
light.
keep your
This
fucking
golden light
blade.
work. Oh, golden incants works very nice on these there.
Oh.
Look at that. Golden incantations work very nice.
I mean, it makes sense. It is a shade.
I know. That's why I was like, let me try something.
That tracks. Death root.
Oh, we have to give to Gronk. Alright, now
Like
we can leave
Gronkowski?
here. Hmm?
Like Gronkowski?
Yes, that's the one.
Wow. What's he doing in this game?
No, getting
That's
murdered,
crazy.
apparently.
Damn. Okay. Oh, it's this guy. Hi, guy. You get killed?
Isn't there an invader also somewhere near here? Okay. Cool.
How many bosses do we have left in this area?
In this area? I don't know, because I can't pull up our thing right now. 'Cause
That's
lags my shit.
Okay, but how do we get to the thingy?
I'm
The
telling you, I
miner.
think we have to go from below.
I fucking don't remember because my brain
Okay.
is made of pudding.
Oh, no. We should... Oh, yeah, we're on the wrong side here. I think we have to go from the
It's up
grand lift of
above.
Dectus, and then I think we literally go down. So we can vape that's flavored whiskey. Teacher at Grasso Tech told me I'll be sucking D for crack. No fucking
Ow.
shot.
That's intense. Like camping.
Yeah. Mine is... I don't even know. I can't taste it anymore.
I can't taste it. Just like how I can't
I think it's
feel
cherry
things.
limeade. I think.
Is this way? Is this way? Down the mountain? Left?
Down the mountain.
Down the mountain? Down, left, down.
Through the
down.
mountains. Secrets, tunnel.
Cigarette tunnel? That sounds disgusting.
Anyone else notice Heinz ketchup changing like 8 to 10 years ago? Changing how? Like the recipe changed or like the label changed? I don't think I've noticed, honestly.
I remember when there was.
Oh, we're going to Mordor, guys. We're going to Mordor.
Oh boy! Take me away, Sauron.
Flavor? probably like they probably use like more natural ingredients and stuff now, which probably makes it better for you, but tastes different than it did as when we were kids. Oh fuck! How did what? The eye's not even there. I had to get madness. You ho. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die.
You gonna die from the crazies?
I am gonna die from crazies. Oh my god, I'm gonna die from- I'm literally gonna die from crazies. I'm literally gonna die from being crazy!
I think that all the time about
I have 3.7 million rooms over there, guys.
Sounds rough, buddy. It's rough. There's a circle of corpses over here.
Can you
Oh,
get the
shit.
grace that's nearby?
If I knew where it was, sure. I'll try to.
No.
Don't worry. I'm working on it. Can I get up? Gotta be one up here, right?
I'm pretty sure there's one, like, kind of like, down to the...
Dad?
Dad.
Oh!
There's kind of one near your dad. Did Yaga just say that's rough, buddy? She did. She did.
I did. Was I not supposed to say that? My bad.
I swear to God. I swear to
wanna say
God.
there's one in here. I could be wrong. Let's see. I'm at the converted fringe tower. I thought there was one in here, but I guess not.
Alright, just give me my runes. You son of a bitch.
I'm at the big boy outside the fringe tower, but I don't think he has a bar, does he? I think he's just a giant.
Okay. I'm at the
looking at
Frenzing
him.
Flaming Tower. Oh my god, rats.
Oh my god, right?
Madness. I have madness. I hate that you get stuck in that animation. They took sugar out of the recipe and used a few artificial lab-made things. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I'm sure they did. Fuck. That animation killed me. Because if I could have healed, I would have been fine. But I was stuck in the fucking stupid shit.
Okay. I just said fuck the rats. I'm going up there to kill those guys, don't worry. They'll never hurt you again. Unless they kill me first, which is also
Unless they kill you first. That's really reassuring.
I'm doing my best, okay?
I know. You're doing great. I die up here again from fucking madness.
Well, I killed all the men.
Okay,
Which,
there's the...
you know, it saves us all. Men were the problem.
Men
Shocking.
were the problem.
On a scale of 1 to dead, how dead are you? That's a Baldur's Gate quote, apparently.
Oh, yes, I'm sure.
There's still rats
Okay.
down there.
Yeah,
Those rats-
I definitely see them. Yeah,
Okay,
they
good
were
bad.
literally both one hit from the last time I was alive in here.
Okay.
Was there anything up there?
There was an item in a chest, and I don't remember what it was because I was reading that quote and totally did not see.
Okay.
It was on the 2nd or 3rd level. Not at the top.
Okay. Well. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh. Thank you.
Good.
It like would she wouldn't climb. I would walk up to it and I'd hit Y and nothing would happen.
No climbing, only falling. Okay? Okay. Oh, I found the grace.
Owl of Shibriri. That's actually a lot of people use that. See, I knew there was one.
It was hiding under a rock, though. So that, I mean, not under a rock, but behind. Like, from where I was coming, I couldn't see it.
Mm.
I was on the back end of it. Is that Mr. There's Mr. Grumpy. You want to kill Mr. Grumpy over here?
Yeah.
He's pretty grumpy.
Did you touch him?
What? No. I'm talking about over here. This guy.
Oh.
He's grumpy.
Oh, Well, we already did this cave apparently. Oh yes, yes, yes. That Mr. Grumpy. Ouch.
Grumpy.
Grumpy.
About to
Are
get
we
grumpier,
near
though.
the? Yeah, we are near the tower.
Yeah, that's the tower I was. Harken buyer.
Okay, he is dead. He's definitely more grumpy than he was before.
Less grumpy. I mean, you can't really be grumpy if you're dead, right?
Oh, you can.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Converted fringe tower. Oh, we don't have air addition yet.
I mean, don't we though?
No. Oh, well, we probably do from last one.
Who's gonna stop us?
Air addition lights the way. Look at us. Hooray.
They're like, wait a second.
Are they gonna say no, we cheaties?
Do I have to do it too?
What? It's not opening it. Myself puzzle to enter. Do we have to finish that quest because they know we wouldn't have air addition?
Oh, maybe we stand further back.
Boss, y'all beating up lately? We just finished all of the Weeping Peninsula, which I can show you on the map in a minute. So we just finished.
Yeah. It says no.
We finished this whole map area here called the Weeping Peninsula. We did all of that tonight, which I guess I.
And it cried a lot.
It did. It weeped so many.
Like,
And now we're working in Liurnia of the Lakes, which is this area right here.
We should do the minor Erd tree.
That's what we're working towards, remember?
Yeah.
We're going south.
South.
We went to the converted tower, but we gotta go back around to the Frenzied Flame Village outskirts.
Bring it around town.
And keep going south.
Bring it
South.
around town. I'm going. I'm doing it.
Yeah, it should be right there.
The gross guys that I accidentally stumbled upon
South.
and was like, ugh.
We go to the south.
They got bales. Hills, bales.
Is there a spirit spring here?
I found my way down.
Oh,
Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Hello.
that's where they probably are on the front.
No, it's not close enough. Yeah, close enough. You like rocks? Uh-oh. Man, that was a cast. That was nice. You're fucking nice. You're a tree. Trees are nice. There you go. Ow, he didn't like that.
Wow.
That's what he said to me. Okay. The rest is all you. Have fun.
Oh, I was killing the ads.
Oh.
I'm coming. I will get the couple hits.
Contribute. Contribute.
Hold on. Wait till beams. Wait till no more beams. Wait till no more beams. No more swing.
Sing on the jar.
I'm actually better at these guys off horseback, to be completely honest.
Hey, whatever works.
Thank you, Goose. You too. Thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate you. Okay, get up. Okay, that's, yeah. First of all, that's literally what I was trying to do, was get off my
Coffee. So hot.
He's dead, though. Yeah, I'm so much better at those on off horse than I am. I've learned their moveset pretty decently. Alright, now. Erdtree done.
Yeah.
Have we done? Oh, we haven't technically done the Carrion Study Hall and all that stuff yet. Because we haven't done Ronnie's quest. But we also have a lot of stuff. Cliff Bottom Catacombs, Purified Ruins.
There's a lot of.
Oh yeah, we have the whole.
Like,
Yeah. Okay. Melfactor's Everjail. So go to the Liurnia Lakeshore.
well, I was looking at other Definitely looking. Liurnia Lakeshore, you said. There's a lot of. My goodness. I was looking at all the Everjails. There's a lot of them.
There's a, yeah.
At least another like 4 or 5. Interesting.
Okay, torrent. Stop torrenting, please. I beg.
I don't know. After this one, I might be done for the night just because I'm starting to get really tired and I need to eat dinner.
Oh no, you're fine.
I don't want to push myself too hard.
All right,
That's
so
how I end up not streaming for days.
yeah,
Like a naughty little gremlin.
I don't think we can actually go that way, to be honest.
Okay.
I think
so
it's
we'll
one of the ones that we have to
go-
come from above.
What, the Everjail?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Mhm.
Looking at it, it does
Mhm.
look. Well, there's got to be a.
There's graves here, but
Yeah,
I
but
don't
there's gotta
know.
be like a spirit. Get up, I would think. Because I don't think you can jump. Can you jump up from them?
okay, you can if you don't suck, maybe.
That's expecting a lot. Oh, oh, the torrent! Why are you like this?
Exactly. It sounds like if you don't suck, maybe.
What's the momentum on that
Okay.
damn horse? I don't think you can.
I don't know. But I tried it like 3 times, and all 3 times Torrent has just stepped off the second platform.
Well, the second one, it's like, where do you go from there? You know.
Yeah.
So I don't.
But I
think
want
so.
the item on the second platform.
Well, it's probably like a pickled neck or some bullshit.
Oh my god. Alright, one more try and then we'll move again. Like, legitimately one more try.
Oh god. Torrent. Okay. Well, I'm here now. I'm
What
here
is
now.
it? What is it?
I haven't touched it. I'm just. Okay. Can I?
Okay, can we go this way?
It is
No, I
a
want you.
sacrificial twig.
That's cool, I guess.
That's cool.
Okay.
Torrent
I don't understand
wishes
why
death upon
this fucking
everyone.
horse
There
does
is a
whatever.
spirit spring right over here if you keep following
Yeah,
the thing.
I'm going.
Okay. Take me away! Whee!
Whee!
Perfect.
Yum.
You'll love to see it.
Okay, and it's blue, which means we haven't been there. Amazing.
Yay!
Yay! Male Factors Everjail. Don't know who this is. Let's go.
It's someone who's male, obviously.
Male Factor.
It's like Max Factor, but male. Oh.
Oh, wow. Oh, add-on.
Oh, shit.
Wow. Okay.
Sorry, sir.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh. Shit, my bad, dude. Oh.
Damn.
My
as if
bad,
being male
dude.
wasn't bad enough. Got absolutely rinsed.
My bad. Sorry to embarrass you like that.
Clean now, because he was rinsed. He went through the
Holy.
wash.
Holy.
That was brutal.
That was crazy. That was mean. We bullied
Are
him.
we bullies?
I think we are. Damn.
Oh no! How did that happen?
We fucking bullied
Here's
him. Are
me
you?
going,
Oh, you're
"I'll
still
quit."
loading. Okay.
Yeah, I'm eternally loading. That was
That was
rough for
disrespectful.
yeah.
That was disrespectful.
I mean, we pretty much just like kicked him while he was down, spit on him. Like, it
Easy
was-
peasy light work. I love how there's a stake of America here. They're like, just in case you die.
Sorry, my guy.
Just in case you die. Oh, I hear the giggle. I hear the laughing.
Oh, they're swinging and
Yeah, I
tossing
hear
and
them.
being
I'm just
nasty.
trying to get to the next
Away.
place. Pushed him off the swings and stole his lunch money. Honestly, he kind of deserved it.
Seek fluid intake immediately.
I
He
his
kind of
dog.
deserved it.
So this is mine now. You don't deserve this.
Literally.
Listen, it's not my fault.
Didn't invite him to your birthday? Hell no. This is like one of the like you have to invite everybody in your class kind of thing because like
No worse. We didn't show up to his birthday. We were the only ones invited.
oh, we were invited and we RSVP'd and didn't show up. We were invited, we RSVP'd, and we left him. Where's that killer bat? There's plenty more bats to be had. Don't you even worry. Hey, Laws. Welcome in. How you
Bats
doing?
for days.
Bats for days. Is there anything in this camp other than
Fire Monk's
murder?
prayer book.
Oh, yeah. That's cool.
That's cute. That's cute.
That's cool.
That's cute.
Can you stop doing fire thingies?
Can you stop doing fire?
Fire
reasonable
things,
stuff on
fire attacks, fire
Why is it?
death.
What the fuck?
What?
It keeps, like, I have it locked on and then it keeps removing it.
Are you too far?
No, I'm right on them. Okay, it stopped. It was just on the one, I guess. I don't know. That was weird. Okay, they're
I don't
done.
know. Alden's struggling.
Eldon's having a day. When is it not, though?
Confession, never played Elden Ring. Oh my gosh.
Banned for life.
Banned. If it wasn't like so ridiculous to coordinate, I would totally have like a seamless co-op that's like everyone can join.
That would be dope.
Bit tired.
Having 30
Sorry to hear
people.
that. Tired from work, tired from life. Tired from work life.
Let's get right.
Alright, I really want to look at my map so I can see like if we should just go to round table hold and call it.
This man was being difficult.
Because that one last kill was kind of like pathetic on his part.
Yeah,
It was a little sad on his part. You lived this through this, yeah, through the streamers. That's how it was for me for a long time. Like, I was like, no way, it's way too hard, blah, blah, blah. Like, because, first of all, like, my friends used to tell me it was hard. And, like, everyone's like, oh, Dark Souls is not for, like, the weak. Bleh. And I would be like, oh, it looks so scary. Not scary, like, scary, but, like, oh, it looks so intimidating. And so, I, like, didn't play for pretty much, like, a year and a half. And then I started watching speedrunners. And I was like, dude, if people can beat this game in an hour, like, I can beat it. I can beat it at least once. Like, I want to try. And
Alright, I found one.
it took me a very, very long time. A lot of patience, a lot of deaths, a lot of everything, but I did it. The village of the Albanerics.
I touched it.
Okay. I still can't go there yet. Hold on. I have to wait till the crabs stop fucking...
Crabs, no!
Crabs stop being crabby.
Crabs are always crabby. They're so disrespectful.
It really is.
Like, get a hobby,
Everything but more
crab.
work. Since you're working till like an hour ago? Jeez Louise. Alright, crabs, please. I would like to go. Oh my god.
If it makes it feel any better, I'm now fighting these really... They're splooging everywhere. White
Okay,
goo everywhere.
Village of the
Ow.
Albanerics. Okay, I'm coming there. There we go. And I think that there's a tree medallion here.
Okay, well, there's white goo all over the floor. Don't ask about it.
Sure. Dark Souls is definitely harder to coordinate multiple people at a time unless you pre-game planning in Discord. Yeah. Well, this is a mod, so this wouldn't necessarily be that hard to plan because this is a mod. So like you join and you just join. It's not like you don't need to summon like with the older games. That's how you do it normally, but not in mod.
Killed all the gross men and they splooged everywhere.
All right, perfumer bitch, come on.
Parfumar.
Thank you. Please, I
Just
hate
the heat of the
perfumers.
rock.
They're so annoying. Hello,
Woo!
Albus. Give me your
Dumbledore,
give me
is
your
that you?
medallion.
You must keep it.
Thank you for your medallion. Please
Thank
give
you,
it to her. I
Dumbledore.
will give it to her. Alright, you want to kill the Omen Killer and then we can call it?
Sure, we're...
It's on the other side of the bridge.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, okay.
Okie dokie. Okay.
I haven't had a nap, so I'm like...
You didn't nap today? Oh, you are probably so quaint.
Not cranky.
Hungry?
Today?
Yeah.
I might not have eaten today. Oh, I didn't.
Oh, yeah, no. That's probably not a good idea for you.
Well, yeah, you know.
You know, here's the
Saturdays
Omen
are-
Killer down
yeah,
here.
You know,
There.
sometimes you just.
Lol.
You know? I give you. Oh,
I present to you a moon.
I watched Ten Inch Hero last night.
You watched what?
10 Inch Hero.
Yeah?
You know who's in it?
No?
Jensen Ackles.
Oh my god.
He's a baby.
Oh, I did! Isn't that how he met his wife?
I don't know, but
Yeah.
it's the one where
He's like a
he works
punk
at a car
rock
grill.
guy.
Yes.
Yeah. I do
Adorable.
remember
The
that
Fresh
now.
House.
Yeah, I do. It just took, the name didn't ring a bell, but yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Honestly, the storyline was a little weird for me.
Yeah.
It had a lot of different threads going on, and I don't know.
It was an early 2000s movie that didn't really know what it wanted to be, you know?
It really didn't. Which is fine. It doesn't need to. But just seeing him, I was like, oh, look at
Oh,
him.
look at the baby.
But then it had that chick that was in One Tree Hill. She played Rachel. And she was naked, and I went, ma'am, I didn't need to see your nudity. I remember you from One Tree Hill, and now I feel
I
like
wonder
I've seen
if
it."
you're talking about Danielle, who is Jensen Ackles' wife.
She's the redhead?
Yeah, I think you're talking about Danielle.
I don't
she
remember.
she
what
was
her name-
Danielle Harris, now she's Danielle Ackles, obviously.
I just remember her from One Tree Hill.
Yeah, I'm
But
pretty sure we're
maybe.
talking about the same person. Because that's how they met, was on that movie.
Intrigue.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god,
Did
my
you
childhood
murder
tainted.
this whole village? Except for this one.
No, I didn't, obviously, because you just killed someone. I left a survivor. You didn't.
I know.
So you're the monster.
I left a survivor right here. See? I thought you were gonna walk up to him and stab him. I thought I thought I thought for sure you were just gonna walk up to him and stab him.
I mean,
Alright.
I could.
Round table and then you go seepies?
I mean, yeah. Well, I gotta go eat these, but yeah.
Well, eatsies and then seepsies?
Yeah. Ooh, because I am sleepy.
Yeah, I
Plus,
know
I
you
have
are
to
a
turn
seepy.
off Bueller's Light. Such an awful name.
Bueller.
Awful name. Poor bird.
Oh, poor bird indeed. Alright. One
He's
day,
gonna be gremlin now.
one day I will be able to level up.
One day. Today is not that day.
No, it's not gonna be that day for a long time either. I literally need like 700,000 more runes.
Switch to that, and
Something
then,
like
is
that.
anybody on?
I don't know yet.
Gigi's on.
Okay.
I feel like I only
I
raid
know.
Gigi anymore.
Is there anyone else? I feel the same way. Like, I'm like, ugh. Like, I love Gigi and I will absolutely raid into Gigi, but...
I just feel bad because like I'm every time I raid out, it's always Gigi, and I'm like, she's reliable. She's there.
That is true. She is reliable. Right. Okay. Thanks for hanging, guys.
Hi there. And non-binary pals.
Shh. You didn't see that. You didn't see me hit the wrong button that's next to my other button. You didn't see that at all. You guys didn't see that at all. But it also requires farming. Yeah.
Okay, so we rating Gigi?
I'm looking. It also requires farming. Yeah.
Oh, she might have gone. She might have gone.
No, I said I'm looking.
Oh. I think that's all I have. I don't know about you.
Yeah, we can raid DG. That's fine. Trem is also on. Mock is also on. Let's raid Mock. He's... Oh, wait. I don't think you can raid Mock. I don't think you can raid Mock. I think he has his raids turned off.
Well, then let me raid you, and then you can...
Are you sure?
Do that. Yeah. Because I support Mock. It's just, yeah, if he has it turned.
I don't know if he has it turned off or not. Let me see. Let's try. Let's see if we can raid Mock.
No,
If
I'll just read you. I'll just
yeah,
read you. It'll be
that's
fine.
what I'm saying. Like, you raid me, and then I'll try to raid Mock. If it doesn't let me raid Mock, we'll raid into Gigi.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Let me do my little thing.
Yeah,
while
yeah, yeah.
that's getting ready.
Okay, guys, we're gonna hopefully, maybe, possibly raid Mock, who is playing some Grand Theft Auto. He's been really into like the Grand Theft Auto like role playing. So hopefully he will let us raid him. And I don't say like let us like, oh, you can't raid me. Like I think he has raids turned off. So we will see. If not, then we'll go over to Gigi, who is playing some Dragon Age. But we're gonna wait for Yaga because she's gonna raid into us. And then I have to go piss girl. Go piss girl. W-A. Oops, I almost spelled it wrong. Bennett, Bennett. Whoa, a raid. I definitely didn't see that coming. So surprised. So surprised.
Oh look, it's me. I'm here.
Oh look. All right, here's the moment of truth, guys. Here's the moment of truth. Will it let me raid Mock? It will. It will. All right, guys. We're going to go hang out with Mock. We're going to go hang out with Mock and go say hello. And
Huzzah.
yeah, everyone, yeah. Thanks for hanging. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you very, very much. That was a random. No, it's Yaga. So I'll see you guys.